Good morning, Your Honor. This is Laura Arroyo, State Certified Interpreter and previously sworn.
Good morning. If you could please connect to the headset.
Yes, Your Honor. 1 second, please.
Sí,
Connection is established.
Good morning. Please tell me your name.
Ángel Genaro Guillén. Ángel Genaro Guillén.
Angel Gennaro Bijen.
22 MM 255AO. Sir, you're here charged with trespass on property after warning. There is probable cause. Was there an offer in this case?
There is not, Your Honor. It says out on bond is the same location from 11/30 of 2021. Case has been filed.
All right. At this time, sir, I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. I'll stay your bond at $500. Sir, you are not allowed to return to Lancaster Square Commons. Do you understand that?
No, no entiendo. Quiero un abogado. Y no,
I'm sorry, the
yo no
interpreter
estaba
just has
bajo
to
ninguna
verify.
fianza. Yo estaba libre. Ya este juicio lo hicieron una vez y salía suelto porque es un orden público. Es donde está el welfare, donde dan las tarjetas de ayuda del gobierno, el dólar y una plaza pública de comida. Eso no es ahí lo que ustedes están diciendo. Y yo soy libre, yo no estaba bajo fianza.
I just know.
¿Hay algún error ahí?
I want a
Soy
public
ciudadano americano.
defender.
¿Hay algún error ahí?
I want a public defender. I want a public defender. I already I had this charge and I was absolved from it. I had been allowed to go out free. I want a bond. I had been given one in the past. And that location that you're referring to is where you get your welfare. It's where you get your food stamps. It's a government building. It's a public place, and I should be allowed to be there.
All right, sir, I did appoint a public defender to represent you. Your prior case is still open, and I understand what you're saying, but at this time, you cannot go there. I am ordering you not to return to that plaza.
Está bien, yo no voy más a esa plaza. Si quieres me manda para Cuba y te quedas con la Florida, Estados Unidos. Pero la ley es que soy libre y eso es un lugar público. Mi dinero no vale para yo comprar en esos lugares. Porque yo nada más que voy a comprar.
You can send
Voy a
me off
lonchar.
Cuba.
Voy al dólar y más nada.
But this is the United
Mándame para
States,
Cuba. Tú
and
vas a ir de aquí a la Florida.
I should be free to go about. That is a public
Con ella. Soy
location.
ciudadano americano,
I
sé las
should
leyes.
be
Soy
able-
All right, sir, I need you to stop so I can hear the interpreter. Go ahead, madam.
Send me off to Cuba, but this is the United States. I am a resident. I should be free to go about to do my business. That is a public location. I should be able to be there, but I can buy my food wherever I want. Otherwise, just send me back to Cuba.
All right, sir, I'm concerned that your responses are demonstrating to the court today that you're not really inclined to follow my orders. Do you understand that if I order you not to go back there, you cannot go back there?
Pero dime por qué. Dime por qué. No tienes un por qué. Es porque sí.
Sir, please calm down.
Explain to me why. You need to explain to me why. You can't just tell me. I'd like to know why.
All right, sir. I need you to remain calm. I can tell you why, and I can order you not to go back there. You've previously been trespassed twice. You have a criminal case pending against you for being in this location after being told by police that you are not allowed to be there. So this is the third time now that law enforcement is telling you that you're not allowed to be there, and you keep going back. I'm a judge, and I'm telling you that you cannot go back there. Do you understand that?
Sí, yo te estoy entendiendo. ¿Cuánto tú cobras por eso? Y la primera vez, ¿por qué me lo prohibieron? Porque estas dos, ellos me lo prohíben, está bien. Pero la primera vez, porque ¿qué hice? Si es un lugar público, mi dinero no vale ahí, mi dinero no vale. Yo no puedo comprar ahí en el dólar. Yo no puedo ir a la oficina del gobierno a pedir ayuda. Yo no puedo ir a la plaza a comprar comida. Yo no era vecino de ahí.
Yes, I understand what you're saying. But
Estoy arreglando la ley de mierda esta que tú no entiendes.
But the first time, someone needs to explain to me why I can't be there. I understand you're telling me that they've told me not to go there twice, but somebody needs to explain to me why in the first place I am being told not to be there. I'm not allowed, my money isn't good enough to go shop at the dollar store. I'm not being allowed to go to a government building. I can't buy food there. I reside in that neighborhood.
Sir, you can't at this time. What says the state as to his out on bond case?
Your Honor, given the defendant's statements in court today, since somebody's going to comply with this, as he was out on bond for a trespass at the same location, there have also been 2 previous 21 misdemeanor trespasses also at this location. So these are the 3rd and 4th cases, from 2021 and 2022.
Sir, I need you to wait. Sir, I need you to not interrupt. Sir, if you can't control yourself, you'll be escorted from the courtroom. Do you understand?
A mí me puedes contar para donde quieras. Me puedes llevar para Cuba si quieres y te metes a Estados Unidos por el culo, porque te voy a decir, esa ley es una mierda.
You can send me wherever you
Estás
want. You
acusando
can
por
send me
gusto.
off to Cuba. You can send me out of the United States, but I'm just going to say something to you. This is supposed to be a free country, and that law is a piece of shit.
Por eso le tumbaron las torres, por eso
Sir.
tumbaron el Pentágono, por eso aquí vive cualquiera que tumba a Estados Unidos.
All right. Let me hear what he just said.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I didn't quite catch what he said. He was just mumbling and complaining. I do apologize.
That's okay. At this time, sir, I'm going to have you escorted from the courtroom, and I'll address your attorney on your case.
We'll waive the rest of his appearance, Your Honor.
You know me now, we've worked together for a year. I'm not inclined to revoke on a trespass for a trespass, but this is unusual. It's the same location, and I'm pretty sure after all the things he just said to me in court today, he's gonna go right back. So
Under the circumstances, I do understand, Your Honor.
I think I'm gonna revoke his out on bond. Can you just leave a note for your colleagues to file a motion soon and why?
I mean, if you said another bond amount similar to the current charge, I think that, I mean, he's on Social Security, so I don't know.
Okay, I'll set it at $2,000. I revoked, yeah, and I'll set it at 2,000. Did I set the other one? It's 500, do not return. Okay, all right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, but now we have Spanish. Please tell me your name.
Krishna Lopez Salavarrias.
Crisma Lopez Salavarrias.
This is 21 MM 8685. Ma'am, you're here because a warrant was issued for your arrest, charging you with battery and resisting an officer without violence. Another judge has already found probable cause in this case. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $500 on count 1, $500 on count 2. You can have no contact with the victim or any witness in the case. You can't possess a weapon of any kind, firearm or ammunition. You may not return to the victim's residence or place of employment for any reason. Do you understand?
¿Puedo hablar?
Am I allowed to say something?
You can say anything you wish, but everything you say is being recorded and can be used against you later.
Yo no sé quién es la víctima y no sé por qué me están acusando.
I don't know who this victim is, and I don't know why they're accusing me.
I'll ask the state to put the factual basis on the record.
One second, Your Honor, I have to repull the warrant.
The allegation is that, I have it open, is that on or about December 4th, 2021, you went to JL Towing Company to retrieve your vehicle that had been towed. It led to a physical confrontation. That's the battery charge. And the resisting without violence is when law enforcement, no, no, sorry. When law enforcement arrived on the scene and asked you for information, you refused to give information and refused to cooperate. Those are the two charges.
Is there gonna be a no contact order with the company or an individual?
It's going to be both. The victim's name is it Edwin Rodriguez? Yes.
Yes, Your Honor. Rodriguez.
Oh,
Rios,
Michael
and
Ortiz.
JL.
¿Puedo hablar?
No contact with Michael Ortiz either. All right, any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
Any other questions?
Your Honor, could you just inform her that those individuals may be at that location, at that towing company, so not to return to the towing company and avoid those individuals?
There was a no return in order.
I don't know if she knows them by name, that's why I'm
All
trying
right,
to clarify.
don't go back to JL Towing Company.
Yo trabajo. Yo trabajo con mi esposo en esa empresa y yo no fui la que fui a buscar el carro.
I work at that company
Yeah.
with my husband, and I was not the one who went to go pick up the car.
Okay, hold on a second. Rodriguez was working the front desk when he was approached by McFarlane and Ortiz. The physical confrontation involved Rodriguez Rios, jail towing worker, and the defendant, Krishna Salabarias, against Ortiz. Ortiz is the victim. In the sworn statement that was provided, the victim advised he was struck by the defendant initially before the mutual physical altercation escalated. I'm sorry, I had it backwards. Someone else came to retrieve their vehicle, which led to the physical confrontation. And the allegation in the affidavit is that you struck him. That's the battery. So she may not know who they are because they were customers. I think it's random. To your point, Mr. Brantz.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yo trabajo con mi esposo por las noches. Ya dejé de trabajar desde ese altercado y yo nunca agredí a nadie.
I work with my husband in the evening. I stopped working there after the that altercation, and I never injured anyone.
I understand. What I'm going to do is not order her not to go back there. Because I think the victims were, I don't know how to say that exactly, but basically random people who came to the business, they don't work there. So I'm not going to order her not to have contact with the business, but you can't have contact with Michael Ortiz or Kiala McFarlane if they come back.
No, ya yo decidí por voluntad propia no volver a trabajar con mi esposo en la compañía de grúa porque entendí que yo no puedo estar en lugares donde se formen problemas.
No, I voluntarily decided not to work with my husband at the towing company because it was my impression, at least I understood, that that would be a problem.
Okay, I'm not ordering that at this time. Good luck, ma'am. Call your attorney. Please tell me your name.
Giovanni Paz Flores. Yes, ma'am.
Giovanni Paz Flores.
22 MO 5080, you're here charged with disorderly conduct.
Your Honor, I've been authorized on the city's behalf to offer a withhold credit time served.
Mr. Brandt, did you have a moment to discuss that with him, or?
Due to the language, I tried, he speaks a little English. I did give him a plea form to review in Spanish as well. I believe he wishes to resolve, although I did tell him about section 17 of the plea form, just in case he didn't understand me. I made sure to make a note of it on the plea form or to point it out to them. So if you wanted to address him directly, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Paz Flores, the state extended an offer to you today if you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest. Are you interested in maybe doing that?
Puedo consultar con mi abogado.
I'd like to consult with my attorney.
You can do that, unfortunately, right now, because the only way he has access to the interpreter is in open court. So, Mr. Brandt, do you want to maybe say something to him using the interpreter and see if he wants to talk
Do
privately?
you want to talk privately or do you want to talk in open court? We have attorneys.
Your
that
Honor, if
speak
the
Spanish.
interpreter may, I'm sorry, Your Honor, if the interpreter may assist for a second, there should be an extra headset in the courtroom for counsel to put on, and then the conversation would be private. It would not be heard over the PA.
Oh,
I don't think we have.
I don't think we have that.
We don't have that.
There's supposed
Sorry.
to be two. It might be in the cabinet. That's where they kept them before,
Oh.
behind the deputy that I'm staring, the deputy behind the prosecutor's, the public defender's desk. Those cabinets back there, I would see the correctional officers pulled them from there. There might be
You're not-
another extra one in there.
Oh, we don't have them? Oh, we don't have them.
All right, I will let AV know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I would just suggest if he does wish to speak with an attorney privately, that we just get bond today and then you can speak with an attorney about the issues. Speak Spanish. It is Your Honor, it is a panhandling charge, so I would have you consider ROR so that there's no monetary wall.
Let me ask the state your position.
Your Honor, I understand the charge, and I'll leave it within your discretion. State's only concern is it appears he has limited criminal ties. There was a alien admissibility under 212 not too long ago, as well as he does have a prior violent arrest.
And that was my issue when I was speaking with him, Your Honor, about citizenship status.
Right.
So
All right, at this time, sir, your bond is $100. I'll take no action on your out on bond case. On that green piece of paper is a phone number for you to call your lawyer. You need to do that right away. They'll have someone who speaks Spanish. Do you understand?
Entendido, pero ¿cuántos días serán mi? Porque la verdad,
I understand, but how many days? Because
you can call today.
¿cuántos días será?
You can bond out today.
And you can call us today and we can try with you as soon as possible.
Call them today. All right, good luck, sir. I believe that's all we have for the interpreter.
you're welcome, Your Honor. The interpreter will disconnect.
Thank you so much.
Your Honor, as to that case, I don't believe he was out on bond on anything. You said you were taking no action.
There's an out on bond.
There's a,
Is there?
It's a felony.
On Paz Flores?
there was an
Yes,
updated.
Oh, you gave me the update. Oh, I'm sorry, that's why. I don't have the update.
but I took no action.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna go back to this one. This is Judge Gibson. Who do I have on the line?
This is Attorney Robin Barra for Tatiana Vera.
Good morning, counselor. Sorry to disturb you, but we have your well, she's not actually in court today. We have an arraignment for your client in 22 MM 181. She's charged with trespass on property other than a structure or conveyance. Unfortunately, your client is quarantined here at the jail, so she was
Okay.
not able to be brought to court.
Okay. I know that we did, see, this came in as a felony, but it must have been transferred to county court. We did a waiver in the felony case, but we obviously didn't do one in the misdemeanor. I would waive this formal arraignment, and we can enter a plea of not guilty, and then get pretrial and trial dates.
Excellent. Those dates are,
Division 61, pretrial conference is February 4th, 1:30 p.m. courtroom 6B.
did you get that?
I did not. I'm sorry. What were the dates?
Oh, it's Division 61.
Okay.
Trial conference is February 4th at 1:30 p.m. courtroom 6B.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Have a nice
Have a
day.
good- You too. Bye.
Deshaun Jones?
Mr. Jones, it's nice to see you again. This is 22 MM 263. You're here charged with trespass on property after warning. Did I just see you 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. Did the state have an offer in this case?
Yes, Your Honor, of an adjudication, credit time served, no return to the link station.
Is it the same location?
Your Honor, I don't have something from 2 days ago, so I'm not sure what Your Honor is referring to.
Okay. I just recognized Mr. Jones because we just did this a couple days ago. All right, Mr. Jones, are you interested in accepting the state's offer?
Yeah.
You understand the rights you're giving up? Well, let me have you raise your right hand.
Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah.
You understand the rights you're giving up? It's the same rights we talked about 2 days ago, sir.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any questions for me about those rights?
No.
You understand if you're on probation, this plea could violate that.
Yeah.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, you could be deported.
Yeah.
How do you wish to plead to trespass on property after warning?
No contest.
I'll accept your plea, sir. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the 2 days you've been in custody. I have to order that you pay court costs and that you're not allowed to return to the link station. I'll give you a year to pay that, Mr. Jones.
Okay. Okay.
Good luck, sir. You have 30 days to appeal in writing.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes. Thank you.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello, what's your name?
Robert James Devaney, D as in David, E, V as in Victor, E-N-N-E-Y.
2006, MM 7749. Does anyone have a copy of this they can read?
I could tell you exactly what happened if you don't mind.
Hold
Your
on.
Honor, I have a factual basis, is that?
Is it,
I don't have I can't read the capias.
Oh.
Look.
What I,
You read that?
can't tell the story then, huh? Dang it.
It's
I
not the
am
way,
failing to appear at pretrial conference on 11/17 of 2006.
all right, now I have the capias, that is what it says. That you fail to appear for a pretrial conference on a charge of exposure of sexual organs and resisting an officer without violence.
That happened, but not the organ part. That's a lie.
Well, all I can tell you is what's on the capias.
Okay, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
So this was signed by another judge,
Okay.
and I can't change another judge's capias.
Can I get that off my record, though? That's like disgusting.
You'll have to talk to your lawyer, who'll have to file a motion.
Maybe?
Well, they have to file a motion for that.
Okay, thank you.
But there's no conviction because this is a capias for failing to appear.
Yes, ma'am. I was busy working. I moved to South Carolina with my daughters when they were young, so I was there.
Well, there is bond. The bond authorized is $2,000. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you.
I don't want an attorney. I got this.
You don't want one?
Is it 1,000 on each
Hold on,
count?
he just said I was getting out.
Well, Can I speak to him as a friend of the court then, Your Honor?
Yes.
Sorry.
It doesn't say. If it's 1,000 on each. It just says it's $7 bond.
I don't really care, actually.
You can bond out, and you want to talk to us, you can get.
Can I still get out today? Okay. Okay, let's do that. It's all right. I don't mind. I can handle the charge.
Can I clear?
I was a male stripper, so
Hold on.
it don't
You
really
don't have to
matter.
talk about anything. Your Honor, was there an offer to resolve from the state? I just want to clarify.
It was an adjudication, credit time served.
I believe Mr. Devaney wishes to resolve. I spoke with him as a friend of the court.
I did need a lawyer. He's a good lawyer. I like that guy.
All right, do you have a plea agreement there in front of him?
Do, Your Honor?
All right, I'm going to give you a moment to read that, sir.
Those are the rights you get. No probation?
Nah.
You're a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It says you can just say no contest.
No contest, that's
You
what I'm
have 30,
saying.
you have 30 days to file an appeal.
Oh, nice.
30 days. You want to talk to an attorney.
Can I sign,
Do
Your
you have
Honor?
to swear? You have to swear
I'll
in.
swear in first.
All right, raise your right hand.
Yes.
You swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I have no choice. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir. Were you able to, you can put your hand down now. Were you able to review that form that explains the rights you're giving up if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest?
Yes, and I have 30 days to appeal.
Right. Do you understand those rights?
I do.
Do you have any questions for me about them?
No, I'm gonna stop stripping because I'm too old for that now. So I don't strip no more. So, and I wasn't, it's a long story. You don't have to hear it.
All right. At this time, how do you wish to plead to the charges of exposure of sexual organs? Hold on, I have to tell you what they are. What's the second one?
It was only a little organ.
Okay, please stop talking.
Sorry, I can't read the capias in the computer. I have to look at the piece of paper. Oh, and resisting an officer without violence.
Yeah, I stepped on his foot when I was naked. I'm sorry. He beat me up. I'm still hurt.
Please stop talking.
All right, how do you wish to plead to those two charges?
No contest. I will appeal.
And I have to ask you, sir, I have to ask everyone, are you under the influence of anything that could impair your ability to understand what you're doing?
Selling drugs 6 months ago. I sold my whole life. I had needles in my neck up to July 4th of last year. I made clean off of everything, alcohol, drugs, but I do smoke weed. I got a marijuana card, so I'm allowed. So, I get everybody high now. I don't sell it to them. I just give it to them.
Which is also illegal, just so you know.
Really?
Please.
Yes, sir.
You're not allowed to give gifts away?
No. It's a controlled substance. You can't do
I
that.
don't do that no more. All right, I was just, that's allegedly I said that. Okay, I'm sorry.
Sir, I also need to ask, do you suffer from or have you ever suffered from any mental health illnesses?
Yes, but they diagnosed me bipolar like 15 years ago. I just got out of the nut house 5 days ago. Now they said, you're not crazy anymore. I said, come on, man, give me some meds. He said, you don't need them, sir. You can go home.
All right, so you were diagnosed as bipolar.
That was 15 years ago. Now they re-diagnosed me and said I don't need any meds anymore.
All right, so are you suffering from the effects of any bipolar illness or any other illness?
They had a mixed diagnosis, they said, because they diagnosed me in jail. I was a drug addict. I was on drugs. How can you diagnose somebody when they're on drugs? I was depressed. I wanted to die because I was on drugs. Now that I'm clean and healthy, all better.
All right, so you're not suffering from anything today.
Oh, man,
There's nothing impairing your ability to understand what you're doing.
definitely not. I'm gonna feel this in 30 days.
All right, but you understand that you're giving up your right to remain silent, your right to testify on your own behalf, your right to call witnesses and present any defenses you may have at a jury trial when one is required, your right to force the state to prove the charges beyond all reasonable doubt. You're giving up all those rights.
I am.
If you're on probation anywhere, this plea could violate that. If you're not a U.S. citizen, you could be deported.
I wish I could get deported, but I'm a U.S. citizen.
All right, sir. I find that your plea is freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for
6 days.
6? The 6 days that you've been in custody. I have to order that you pay court costs. It's around $300.
I can
Yes.
pay it today if you want, just call my bank and take the money out.
I'll give you,
I'll pay it.
can you pay it in 30 days?
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure. Yes, I can pay it within 30 days.
All right, I'll give you 30 days to pay it.
Thank you.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
You have 30 days to appeal in writing.
Directly.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. You're a really nice lady.
Thank you, sir.
Nice
Good luck.
judge, I mean, sorry. You are a lady, woman.
Good luck, sir.
Approach.
Yes.
He goes to be.
22 MO 12970. I don't think that's right. Give me a minute. 22 MO 47. Sir, you're here charged with open container of an alcoholic beverage and violating state misdemeanors. Was there an offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor, I've been authorized on behalf of the city to offer withhold credit time served.
I did have a chance to speak with Mr. Cabetti about the state's offer, as well as passed a plea form for Mr. Cabetti to review. I believe he wishes to resolve today.
Raise your right hand, please.
Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you heard what Mr. Branch just said. Is that what you want to do here today?
Yeah, I'd like to get it resolved for
You can put your hand down. All right. You had the opportunity to discuss with a lawyer the rights you'd be giving up if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions for me about them?
He told me it'll be resolved today, and that's cool. I'm sorry, I'm handicapped. He just told me it'll be resolved today, and that's cool. I'm going that route with no contest.
All right, but you understand that you're giving up certain rights in order to do that?
Yes, I've done that before.
Okay. He's not on probation. You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, you could be deported?
I am a citizen since '02.
And if you're on probation anywhere, this plea could violate it?
Yes.
All right, sir, at this time, how do you wish to plead to open container of an alcoholic beverage and violating state misdemeanors?
No contest.
I'll accept your pleas. I find they're freely and voluntarily made. I'll withhold adjudication, give you credit for the
1 day.
1 day you've been in custody. I have to order that you pay court costs, and I'll give you a year to pay those. Good luck, sir.
Thank you so much.
You have 30 days to appeal in writing.
Devin Morgan.
22 CF 40380. You're here because a warrant was issued for your arrest, charging you with possession of a firearm by a convicted delinquent. Another judge has already found probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond will be $4,000. You can't possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
That's the only case I have him on.
Yes, Your Honor, he's here on several other charges.
All right. Good luck, sir. I did.
Nicholas.
21 CF 162950. You're here because a warrant was issued for your arrest, charging you with 3 counts of sexual battery on a child less than 12 years of age by a person over 18, and sexual battery with a child between 12 and 18 on a family member. Another judge has already found probable cause in this case. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Does the state wish to be heard on bond?
Yes, Your Honor, all 4 charges, he is not entitled to bond on, so they would ask that you set no bond pending an Arthur hearing downtown.
Mr. Brands?
We have a moment to confer, Your Honor.
Yes.
No argument at this time, Your Honor, pending that Arthur hearing.
All right, at this time, sir, you'll have no bond on any of those charges. However, even while in custody, you can have no contact with the victim or any witness in the case. Do you understand what that means? You have to answer out loud.
Yes.
All right, good luck, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
And talk about this. When you talk about that, all right?
Freddie Reed.
22 CF 401 AO. You're here because a warrant was issued for your arrest, charging you with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Another judge has already found probable cause in this case. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $4,000. You cannot possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck, sir.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
I was set for a furlough hearing today, and I was wondering what's going on.
A what hearing?
A furlough hearing.
Is that in one
Yes,
of your other cases?
because I was scheduled for a furlough hearing today.
Do you know with what judge?
No, I forgot the judge's name, ma'am. But my lawyer named Miss Patrice Cashman.
Hold on one second. Let me see if I can pull up that other case.
Your Honor, the next thing I see, at least on the 21 CF 6529 case, where he does have defense attorney Cashman, the next thing I'm seeing is a pretrial on 119. And that's on the attempted first-degree murder with firearm case.
Okay, hold on. There's a notice of cancellation of court proceeding. So there was a notice filed by your attorney yesterday canceling the hearing today that was scheduled at 8:30, but it says that the undersigned has canceled the plea and sentencing scheduled for today. It doesn't say furlough. So it looks like your attorney thought you were going to enter a plea today and be sentenced today, but she canceled that hearing. It doesn't tell me why.
Yes, ma'am. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Good luck. Call your lawyer. And sir, it's Judge Alvaro. That's your judge. Yes, sir.
Cody Turner's medical.
22 CF 413AO. Mr. Brands, I'll appoint your office.
We'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, there is probable cause. Bond is $4,000 on count 1, $5,000 on count 2, $100 on count 3. No weapons, firearms, or ammunition. Cannot return. No contact with any victim or witness. Any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
Castro Maduro's bonded.
I don't know who that is. Is that John Doe?
John Doe is mental health.
It was, oh, that's mental health? Okay, 22 MM 267 AO. Mr. Brandt, I'll appoint your office in that case.
We'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
There is probable cause. His bond will be 500 and 100, no return. Who did you? John Doe. That's what I have. Oh, did I say the case number? It's 22 MM 267. But who did you say bonded?
I had Castro Maduro's. Juan was the first name.
I don't have that one.
I don't either.
Okay.
And Andrew Lang.
22 MM 264. Sir, you're here charged with retail petty theft. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you.
Your Honor, if I may be heard.
Yes.
I've had contact with statewide regarding Mr. Lang. And state's gonna be requesting a higher bond on the petty theft as well as to revoke his 2 out-on-bond cases. We have filed the grand theft motor vehicle out-on-bond, and the other case is a notice to appear, so arguably has been filed. So state's asking that you revoke his 2 out on bonds and set a higher bond on the case he's being seen for today. There is an ongoing investigation of at least, I believe there's at least 10 other petty thefts for other stores around the area. In addition, to have at least 5 prior failures to appear, the last one being in 2021. Several VOPs, the last one being also in 2021, also for a petty theft. And he's a multi-state offender within Florida and I believe Virgin Islands, potentially, or Virginia. So state's asking that you revoke his out on bond and set a higher bond on the petty theft, as this seems to be an ongoing issue. He also appears to have an open Georgia warrant, further complicating Mr. Lang's criminal history.
Was he released from DOC in 2018? Is that what that means?
Yes.
All right. All right, Mr. Brandt, any argument from the defense?
Just reasonable bond conditions under the circumstances, Your Honor.
All right, there is probable cause here, sir. Your bond will be $1,000 on the petty theft. You can't return to Bass Pro Shop or have contact with any witness in the case. As to your 2 out on bond cases, at this time, I will revoke those bonds. If they weren't already appointed, I'll appoint the public defender's office. You need to call your attorney right away, okay? Good luck, sir.
James Russell.
22 MM 261, you're here charged with retail petty theft.
Yes.
Hold on one second. Just a moment, sir. Okay, so the other one's not here today. All right, sir, in this case, a warrant was issued for your arrest, so another judge has already found probable cause in this case. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you.
I signed for a public defender today.
Right, that's who I'm appointing. Your bond is $1,000. You can't return to the scene or have contact with any witness in the case. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good luck, sir.
Raymond Ferguson is medical.
Mr. Brantz,
What are the parents, Your Honor?
it's an open container,
It's
22 MO 46.
It's medical, though. That's probably
Okay, so,
not coming out for a while.
all right. Bond is $250, no alcohol.
Stephen McCarter refused.
We will request a reset on that, Your Honor.
22 MO 48. All right, we'll reset that for tomorrow.
Orlando Melendez.
22 MO 49. You're here charged with camping where prohibited. Was there an offer in this case?
Yes, Your Honor, I've been authorized on the city's behalf to offer withhold credit time served.
Your Honor, I had a chance to speak with Mr. Melendez about the state's offer, as well as went over a plea form, and I believe he wishes to resolve today.
Raise your right hand, sir.
Yes.
All right, sir. You had the opportunity to discuss with an attorney before court the rights you'd be giving up if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions for me about them?
No, ma'am.
Did you say no?
No, ma'am.
Sorry, thank you. I couldn't hear you. It's just sometimes I have a hard time hearing in this room. Did you have a chance to review that form in front of you? It further explains those rights.
Yes.
Do you have any questions about that? You understand that if you're on probation anywhere, this plea could violate that? You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, you could be deported?
Yes.
All right, sir, at this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of camping where prohibited?
Guilty.
I'll accept your plea of guilty. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. Withhold adjudication. I'll give you credit for the
2 days.
2 days you've been in custody. I have to order that you pay court costs. I'll give you a year to pay those. And I did find probable cause. Good luck, sir. You have 30 days to appeal in writing.
Richard Scarborough.
Good morning. You're here in our afternoon. 22MO51, charged with disorderly conduct. There is probable cause. Was there an offer?
Yes, Your Honor, I've been authorized on the city's behalf to offer withhold credit time served.
And Your Honor, I did have a chance to speak with Mr. Scarborough about the state's offer, as well as went over the plea form. I believe he wishes to resolve today.
Raise your right hand, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir. You had the opportunity to discuss with an attorney the rights you'd be giving up if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions for me about them?
No, ma'am.
Did you have an opportunity to review that form in front of you?
Yes, ma'am.
It further explains those rights. Do you have any questions about that?
Ma'am.
All right, sir. At this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of disorderly conduct?
No contest.
I'll accept your plea. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll withhold adjudication, give you credit for the 2 days you've been in custody. I have to order that you pay court costs, and I'll give you a year to pay those. Good luck, sir. You have 30 days to appeal in writing.
Timothy Paul Taylor.
22MO52, sir, you're here charged with disorderly conduct. There is probable cause. Was there an offer?
Yes, Your Honor, I've been authorized on the city's behalf to offer withhold credit time served.
Mr.
Yeah,
Bryant?
I did have a chance to speak with Mr. Taylor about the state's offer, as well as went over the plea form. I believe he wishes to resolve today.
Raise your right hand, sir.
Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
All right, sir. You had an opportunity to discuss with an attorney the rights you'd be giving up if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest. Do you understand those rights? Do you have any questions for me about them? Do you have a chance to review that form right there you just signed? Do you have any questions about that? No? Okay. At this time, sir, how do you wish to plead to disorderly conduct? I'll accept your plea, sir. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll withhold adjudication, give you credit for the 2 days you've been in custody. I have to order that you pay court costs.
You can make it.
I'm going to reduce it to a lien,
Reduce it to a lien.
just
Fine,
looking
Your
at his
Honor.
history. All right, good luck, sir. You have 30 days to appeal in writing. Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. My name is Chavi Charles.
Good afternoon, sir. You're here in 20 CT 904AW. Give me one moment. A capias was issued for your arrest for failing to appear for pretrial conference on a charge of DUI.
Yes, I was there, and it was scheduled for the 6th of this month. I was there. I called my public defender. He said he was busy in Ocala. He told me to show up. I showed up. I waited there for an hour and a half. Nobody did show up. I tried to call him back. I didn't get an answer. I called him the next day. He told me to call him before I got arrested yesterday, so he could do something about the case.
Wait. You were where?
At the courthouse. My public defender is Curtis Mandhall. I called him the day before the 5th and told him I was going to appear to court. He said he might not show up because he might be busy in Ocala. He told me to go ahead and appear. I appeared, stood there for an hour and a half, and after an hour and a half, I tried to call him. I get no answer. Then I left, and I called him the next day. He told me to call him back the next day before at 5 o'clock. And then the cops see me yesterday and said I had a warrant for my arrest.
Hold on a second.
Your Honor, this is in your division.
I know, I see that, but I'm just trying to figure out. It was on the 3rd of January?
The 6th. That was last week, Thursday.
But I think it says the 3rd. Okay, give me a minute. I'm looking at this right now.
I have January 3rd as the failure to appear, Your Honor.
Wait, that's the FTA, that's what's on the capias. Hold on.
For pretrial on 1/3. And he does have Curtis Mendenhall as his attorney.
Where were you at the courthouse?
10B.
Your Honor, it's your own KPS.
I know, I signed the capias. Here's what happened. They changed our courtrooms. So we had notes on the door, and we were checking periodically to see if we had people at the wrong courtroom. But
Is 10B your usual?
it's the old courtroom where he was probably told to be. I was in 9B when I issued the capias. Mr. Charles, if you'll raise your right hand and be sworn in and tell me what you just told me, I'll figure out how to withdraw that capias.
Please try to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, help you God.
Yes, I will.
All right, where were you on January 3rd?
At work, let me see, what day was that?
No, it was the day of you were at the courthouse, you just told me.
No, it was for the 6th of January. Because I called my public defender on the 5th, and I told him my court date is tomorrow. He asked me I asked him what time, and I told him I was gonna be there.
All right, so maybe you were also there on the wrong day, but he was there.
But he told me.
Were you outside? What courtroom were you outside?
10B.
Your Honor, he may be getting confused because there was a prior pretrial on 12/6. So he may be confusing the 12/6 with 1/6, because it does appear that it seems that he was there.
Yeah, it seems like he was there. Okay, so what can I do?
The defense could move to quash the capias because you
Can't
are
be
the signing
quashed, it's already
judge.
been.
It's already been served on him. You can't quash
Oh,
it.
you can't quash it?
Your Honor can do
I
an
can find that
ROR.
his failure to appear was not willful.
You can just ROR him, because you're the only person who can change the bond on it, given that it's capias.
All right, here's what I'm going to do, Mr. Charles.
Yes.
Based on your testimony here today and the fact that I have knowledge that we changed the courtrooms, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. You need to call your lawyer right away and explain to your lawyer what happened today. Your next court date, hold on, I got to look at my calendar.
I have it as 1/12.
That's today.
Never mind.
No, I'm gonna give him another pretrial conference date. All right, sir, your next court date is February 28th at 9 o'clock in the morning in courtroom 9B.
9B, okay.
This will be on the court minutes, the notice. Your attorney is going to get it, but you need to have it too. And you need to call your lawyer and tell them what happened today because he's not here, but I believe you. And so that's what I'm going to do. But next time, I've given you the right courtroom, I've given you the right day and time, so you need to be there, okay?
Yes, okay.
The only other thing that could happen is your attorney can file a waiver of your appearance for that court date with my permission. So make sure you stay in touch with your attorney, otherwise I'll see you in February.
Okay, all right, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
I want you there.
You as well.
James Harper.
Thank you. All right, give me one moment.
Yeah.
Nineteen CT 410. You're here because a capias was issued for your arrest. Hold on. For failing to appear for a driving while license suspended charge, the bond authorized is $2,000. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kenneth Johnson.
Good afternoon, sir. You're here in 22 CT 17680, charged with driving under the influence with a balance greater than .15. At this time, I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. There is probable cause. Your bond is $500. You can't drive without a valid Florida license. You can't possess or consume any alcoholic beverages. You'll be subject to random alcohol screens. And you can't possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription. You'll be subject to random drug screens as well. Good luck, sir.
Casey Miller, bonded.
Thank you.
Jason Shiflett.
Good afternoon, sir. You're here in 21 CT 817 because a capias was issued for your arrest for failing to appear. Hold on one moment. The bond authorized is $2,500, and it's failing to appear for arraignment on a charge of attaching a tag unassigned. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you and take no action on the add-on bond.
Your Honor, would we be able to get his next court date?
No, because it's a capias. Wasn't that a capias?
Yes.
Was that a capias?
Okay, yeah, yes, it was.
Right, so what happens is, now the judge will be notified that you were arrested and a court date will be set. But because it's a capias, for failing to appear, there's no way to know when you're gonna be arrested on the capias, so there is no next court date.
Okay, so I need, so do I call every day?
If you call your attorney on the number on that green piece of paper, they'll be able to tell you when the next court date is set so that you don't miss another one.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir, good luck.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes. Thank you.
Marty Croker, bonded.
Matthew Cunningham.
Good afternoon. You're here in 19 CF 15142AO because a capias was issued for your arrest for failing to appear for a trial management conference on charges of uttering a forged check and grand theft. There's no bond authorized, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Good luck, sir. Good luck. Good afternoon, sir. You're here in 21 CF 82198O because a capias was issued for your arrest for failing to appear for a status hearing on charges of possession of cocaine and paraphernalia. At this time, there's no bond authorized, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you.
Rodney Harris.
Good afternoon. You're here in 22 CF 415, charged with possession of cocaine. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $1,000. You can't possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription, have contact with any known drug dealers, or any co-defendant or witness in this case. Do you understand? What do you not understand? Okay, tell me what you don't understand. So you're charged with possession of cocaine. There's probable cause for that charge. I set your bond at $1,000. The conditions of your bond are, you can't have contact with any known drug dealers. You can't have contact with any of the other people in this case, other people who are arrested or who were with you when this happened. You also can't possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription. Do you understand? All right, do you have any questions for me?
I want to go home.
You have a bond, so as long as you post that, you'll be released.
I can't get to my money.
I can't hear you. Get closer to the microphone.
I can't get to my money in here.
Call the number on that green piece of paper and talk to your attorney, and maybe they can help you with that. Good luck, sir. Mr. Ivins, you're here in 22 CF 387AO, charged with burglary of a conveyance. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $3,500. You can have no contact with the victim or any witness, and you can't return to the scene for any reason. Do you understand? All right, good luck, sir. Yes?
You don't understand, came to court here yesterday for the same charge already.
It's two different cars.
So what's my bond, my total bond is what?
I don't know what your bond was set at yesterday. Does anyone know that?
1 second, Your Honor.
Hold on, we'll find it.
He has a total of 7,000.
7,000? That's your total bond, sir. Thank you.
Marcus Mason.
Good afternoon. You're here in 21 CF 5980 because a capias was issued for your arrest for failing to appear on a charge of petty theft with 2 priors. The bond authorized on that is $2,000. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Good luck.
Xavier McCall.
Give me one moment. You're here in 22 CF 430AO, charged with 3 counts of leaving the scene of a crash with property damage, driving while license suspended, and grand theft of a motor vehicle. At this time, I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. There is probable cause. Give me one moment. Rebecca, what is this right here? Are these pending?
No, they're, he was released, they forgot to put the release date, but he was released on December of 2019 from DOC for those charges. And from that county on those court case numbers.
Okay, all right, thank you. Yeah, it didn't have the release date, so I was trying to figure out if that's pending or, okay, thank you. All right, at this time, sir, your bond is $1,000 on counts 1, 2, 3, and 4, and $5,000 on count 5. That's the grand theft. With special conditions, you can have no contact with any victim or witness in this case. Do you understand what no contact means?
No.
Any other conditions the state would request?
Your Honor, I would request no weapons or firearms. There are 2 firearms found.
Didn't make that note and then didn't say it. You cannot possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck, sir.
I have a question real quick.
Yes, sir.
Wait, so my bond together is 5,000?
5,000 on the grand theft charge and 1,000 on each of the others.
So how much is it, 10%?
That's between you and a bondsman.
Daniel S. McCard.
22 CF 412. Good afternoon, sir. You're here charged with possession of methamphetamine, tampering with physical evidence, and possession of drug paraphernalia. There is probable cause.
Your Honor,
Oh,
I'm sorry, would you find PC for attempt on count 2?
what says the state?
The state has no objection, Your Honor. He allegedly threw paraphernalia twice, and law enforcement reobtained it.
Was able to retrieve it. All right, I will do that.
For Madam
The
Clerk,
attempt.
that's the additional statute of 777.04. 777.04.
Very lucky statute.
I will find probable cause for attempt. Sir, your bond condition, well, your bond will be $1,000 on count 1, $150 on 2, $100 on count 3. You can have no contact with any known drug dealers or any witness or co-defendant in this case. You can't possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right, good luck, sir.
Dana McDaniel.
A moment. 21 CF 7800. You're here because a capias was issued for your arrest. It'll take me a minute to pull it up. On charges of possession of cocaine and drug paraphernalia. That you failed to appear for a status hearing. There's no bond authorized, actually just on the possession of cocaine. And I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Good luck, ma'am.
Rashonda Morgan refused.
21 CF 8183. I'll find her refusal a willing waiver of her appearance today. Counsel, I'll appoint your office. She has no bond.
We'll waive the
It's a
appearance. Your Honor.
capias.
We'll waive, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Angela Malonis is medical.
I don't have that one.
Malonis?
I don't have that one. Oh, do you have it? All right, hold on. We'll go back to that one. Oh, no. This is going to take a minute. Sir, tell me your name.
Michael Neal.
22 CF 40780. You're here charged with grand theft of a motor vehicle and resisting an officer without violence. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $5,000 on count 1, $100 on count 2. With special conditions, you can have no contact with any victim or witness. Any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
At this time, I'm revoking your out on bond case. And if the PD wasn't previously appointed, I'll appoint your office, Mr. Brantz. All right, good luck, sir.
Randall Reynolds.
22 CF 364 and 363. In both of those cases, warrants were issued for your arrest, charging you with petty theft with 2 prior convictions. Other judges have already found probable cause. I'll appoint attorneys to represent you in both of those cases. In each case, your bond is $1,000. You're not allowed to return to the scene or have contact with any witnesses in the case. Do you understand? Or victims. Good luck, sir.
Daryl Rogers bonded.
Thank you.
James Taylor.
22 CF 41180, you're here charged with possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver and trespass on property after warning. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. This was the case.
Yes, Your Honor. I have no argument this time.
All right. There is probable cause. I'll stay the bonds as listed, $1,000 on count 1, $100 on count 2. You can't possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription or have contact with any known drug dealers, and you're not allowed to return. I don't have the address. It's where you were trespassed.
Party liquor.
It's what?
Party Liquor at Texas Avenue and Americana Boulevard.
All right, you can't go back there. Yes, sir, do you have a question?
Yes. Upon the owner and his wife, I understand the police do what they do, but upon the owner and the wife telling me that I have permission to go in the store, they still just see me just because they know me and just do what they want to do. And they don't want to do it the proper way and ask the owner if I even have permission to go in there, because those trespasses are something they just chose to do on their own because they are who they are. It had nothing to do with the owners, and I've been going through this for a long time. So I'm trying to figure out what do I do when I leave here to get rid of that, because it's not fair that they tell me I can go in there and then they could just turn around when they're not around and do what they want to do. When these people told me years and years on years that I'm allowed to go in there. Loitering, okay, buy your stuff and leave. I understand that. but you can't come in the store and grab me while I'm in there buying something. That's what they do.
Well, in this case, sir, the affidavit says that the store associate told law enforcement you were trespassed and not allowed to be on the property.
No, see, this is the way they word and ask questions. They know what they were doing. They say, is he trespassing? There's a physical paper saying, yes, his name's on it. So yes, it says on, but they has also turned around and say, but we still gave him permission to come in the store and buy something and leave. They never get that part. They just get the one part. And it makes it look like, okay, yeah, I'm doing something wrong. When these people literally told me I can come and get something.
You can't, don't go back to that store. And now there's a court order telling you you can't go back to that store. So for now, you are not allowed to go back to that store. Even if someone else tells you you can, don't go back. Because it'll be a violation of your bond conditions. And Mr. Brands, if you can make a note for your colleagues
Yes, Your Honor.
on that, maybe they can help
Yes, of course, Your Honor.
sort that out.
Emily Thomas, bonded.
Warren Thomas.
Good afternoon, sir. You're here in 21 CF 9822. A capias was issued for your arrest for failing to appear on a charge of possession of cocaine. There's no bond authorized. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Yes, sir. Yes. Is that it? Okay, good luck, sir.
Antonio Torres is medical.
22 CF 360. I'll appoint your office, Mr. Brands.
We'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, it's a warrant. Hold on one second. Let me look at the bonds. I'll stay them. It's 1,500 on count 1, 2,500 on 2 and 3, and 1,000 on 4 and 5. No return, no victim or witness contact.
Cody Turner is also medical.
We addressed him.
that?
We addressed Turner. We addressed that case.
That was a move up.
Okay.
Stephanie White.
22 CF 420. Good afternoon, ma'am. You're here charged with trafficking in MDMA greater than 200 grams, less than 400. There is probable cause. A warrant was issued for your arrest, so another, oh wait, no.
There was a search warrant, Your
It
Honor.
was, right. There is probable cause. I read that. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $250,000. With special conditions, you can have no contact with any known drug dealers or any witness or co-defendant in the case. You can't possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription. Are there any other conditions the state would request?
Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr.
Would you
Brandt.
consider a bond at maybe $150,000? I don't believe she's currently employed. I don't think the $250,000 bond would be attainable for our client. It would still be a six-figure amount to reflect the charge, but also perhaps more attainable for our client to bond out.
Your Honor, state would object. I believe that's what the bond schedule currently holds, and given that she had arguably over 300 grams, state would argue that that's reasonable at this time. Ms. White can file a bond motion at a later time.
Well, you both know, I don't strictly adhere to any bond schedule. I do often use it as advisory. It was 300 grams found in the house. Counsel,
I understand, Your Honor.
I'm not inclined to do that. You'll have to file a motion in front of the trial judge. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
Terrence Wicks is medical.
All right, 22 CF 423. Mr. Brandt, I'll appoint your office. He's medical.
We'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, there is probable cause. The bond's 1,000 on count 1, 100 on count 2. Can't possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription or have contact with any known drug dealers.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Counselor. How are you today?
I'm doing well.
You want to put your appearance on record and call your
Yes.
case?
For the record, Tim McLean on behalf of the defendant Derek Williams, who is present standing to my right.
22 CF 432. Mr. Williams, you're here charged with trafficking in cocaine greater than 28 grams, less than 200, trafficking in fentanyl 28 grams or more, neglect of a child, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Counsel, did you wish to be heard on any of those charges?
Yes, Judge, particularly the count 2, the trafficking in fentanyl. I would ask the court to reduce that bond, Judge. We believe, based on conversation with my client and based on the reading of the police report, that it is the belief of the police officers that the drugs they found were more than 28 grams. I believe that the evidence will show differently later on. My client has no significant criminal history, and I believe that the $1 million bond is not ascertainable for him to post such a bond, and I would ask the court to reduce it significantly.
I reviewed the affidavit. There is probable cause for all of the charges. What says the state?
Your Honor, state will leave it within your discretion. However, would just note that 28 grams of fentanyl is a lot, given that fentanyl is a high potency narcotic. And as this court knows, even mere traces of fentanyl can be lethal. Therefore, 28 grams is a very significant number. And given that the children were arguably feet, inches from the alleged drugs found within the vehicle, state would just ask that you take into discretion, the dangerousness of that drug, and that he does have prior criminal history. He was, it looks like, released from DOC due to selling cocaine and heroin within 1,000 feet of the school. He also has a prior drug history. So state would just ask that you take that into account when setting a bond.
All right, Counselor, the only evidence that I have to consider is the affidavit from the police report. If you want to present testimony, and if there's any evidence you want me to consider that's different than this, I'm happy to do that.
Well, Judge, not at this time in terms of the facts of the case.
I'm not talking about the facts of the case, but because that's all I have and his criminal history, if you want to present any evidence about anything that would
Yes.
maybe help me decide if I should reduce the bond, I'm happy to hear that.
Right, yes, ma'am. All right.
Have him raise your right hand, please.
Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, help you God?
Yes. All right, Mr. Williams, where do you currently reside? Where do you currently reside?
In Ocoee.
Okay, how long you lived in Ocoee?
7 years.
Okay. Are you originally from Florida?
Yes.
Okay, and have you traveled outside the state of Florida within the past 5 years?
Oh, yes.
Okay, and where'd you go?
Rode around, did trucking and stuff for a minute.
Okay. Is your permanent residence here?
Yes.
In Florida?
Yes.
Okay, and do you have family members who reside here?
Yes.
Can you put those names on the record in the relationship?
I have Nairobi Williams, my wife. I have my dad, Derek Williams, senior. I have my sister, Deviana Williams, and my brother, DeVaris Morgan, stay in Miami. I have my other brother, Deontay Williams, and my little sister, Deanna Williams.
Okay. Do you have a passport? Okay, are you willing to surrender that to the court if she grants you a bond? Okay, have you traveled outside the US in the past 5 years? Okay. In terms of a bond, can you afford $1 million bond?
No,
Okay. What's the amount that you think you can afford?
no, not $1 million, at least, probably not even 100,000, but
Okay. Are you employed?
right now.
Okay. All right, I have nothing further, Judge.
All right, any cross on those issues?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Any other argument, Counselor?
No further argument other than, Judge, he can't afford $1 million bond, and $1 million bond is tantamount to no bond when he does clearly is entitled to a bond pursuant to the bond schedule. He has stable history in the state of Florida. He has stable family members here. He's willing to turn in his passport, and I would ask the court to reduce the bond, give him a reasonable bond, Judge, on count 2. I believe that count 1 is sufficient, and the count 4 and count 3, but count 2 is tantamount to no bond.
All right, thank you. I will tell you, Mr. Williams, I share the state's concern. This is a significant amount of fentanyl, and I'm concerned with the facts in the affidavit that allege that there were children basically within reach of it. That concerns the court. However, based on your attorney's argument, at this time I will reduce it. I'll state count 1 at $50,000. Count 2 will be $500,000. Count 3 will be $1,000, and count 4 will be $100. You can have no contact with any known drug dealers. You can't possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription. You'll be subject to random drug screens while you're out on release. You can have no unsupervised contact with any minor child under the age of 18. You can have no contact with any witness in this case. You must comply with any plan set in place by DCF. Are there any other conditions the state would request?
Your Honor, state would ask that he surrender his passport.
Oh, yes, I will order that you have 24 hours from your release to surrender your passport.
Your Honor, does this pretrial release condition exclude his children?
It does not.
Okay.
He can't have unsupervised contact with any minor child under the age of 18
Yes, ma'am.
until you file a motion in front of the trial judge.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely.
All right. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I
Thank
be
you, counsel.
excused?
Yes, thank you for coming. All right, next. Angela Malonas. You called, I didn't have that one, but the clerk does. It's 22 CF 41480. I can't recall what you told.
Sworn in today.
Great. Good morning. This is Judge Dubois covering initial appearances from the jail. If you could connect to the headset in BRC1. The defendant is, sir.
Señor.
He's got him on. Sir, can you hear the interpreter?
Sí. Yes, he can.
What is your name?
Your Honor.
Brainy Maudiel. Español.
Rainy Monglier.
Renny Madul Miranda Aguiar?
Uh-huh.
Is that a yes?
Sí, así.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Sir, you are here in 2022 CF 445AO. Charge of false imprisonment and sexual battery on a child between 12 and 17. The court has reviewed the arrest affidavit. Or actually, a judge has issued a warrant for your arrest on that case. Set bond is to count 1 at $3,000. Count 2, you'll be held no bond. Sir, you do not qualify for the appointment of a public defender based on your application. You are also out on bond in 2021 CT 2250 AW. Charge of operating motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. Bond in that case was previously set at $500. Court's gonna revoke and terminate bond, that bond, and set bond in that case at $1,000. Good luck to you, sir.
Oh, Your Honor, can you advise the defendant that he has an immigration detainer?
Sir, put those on.
Póngaselos de nuevo, señor.
No puedo quitar, dijo.
Sir, just so you understand, you also have an immigration hold on you by the United States government. Okay? Good luck, sir.
Vale.
No contact with. No contact, special condition, no contact with the victim.
No puede tener contacto con la víctima.
All right, come on up, ma'am.
Hacia adelante, señora.
All right, what is your name, ma'am?
Cassandra Gonzalez.
Cassandra Gonzalez.
All right, Ms. Gonzalez. You are here on a hold out of a warrant that was issued arising out of Miami-Dade County. You're to be held no bond on a charge of possession of a controlled substance. We will notify Miami that you are in custody in the Orange County Jail, and they will come pick you up and transport you down to Miami.
We'd be temporarily appointed, just in case, Your Honor.
I can conditionally appoint and temporarily appoint the Office of Public Defender, that's fine. All right, thank you, ma'am.
¿Qué quiere decir eso? No entendí. ¿Qué quiere decir el censor público?
I didn't understand.
¿Pero me voy a poder ir o no?
You, ma'am, there was a warrant issued for your arrest out of Miami-Dade County. The judge in Miami-Dade County issued that warrant for you to be arrested and held no bond for you to be transported down to Miami for the prosecution of the case against you. I have appointed the Office of Public Defender here in the Ninth Circuit to represent you temporarily while you're being housed at the Orange County Jail. We will notify Miami and they will come pick you up and bring you down to Miami. Good luck to you. You can take your headsets off. Thank you, Madam Interpreter.
You're welcome, Your Honor. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, you too. All right, he refused as well yesterday. This is 2021 MM 8011 AO. A charge of trespass. Bond in that case was set at $200 based on his failure to appear. He's also here on 2022 MO 53 AO. City of Orlando case for various state misdemeanors. Bond was set in that case at $500. And he's also here on he's out on ROR in 21 MM 8011 AO. Trespass.
No, Your Honor, you can void that. That's the case that he was served the FTA warrant on.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
so I'll appoint the Office of Public Defender
We'll
to
waive
represent him.
as well, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
We'll waive the appearance as well.
All right, we'll waive his appearance. What's your name, sir? All right, Mr. Thompson, you are here in 2022 MM 285 AO, a charge of trespass on property after warning. The court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for your arrest. Will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. Set bond in that case at $500. Special condition, you are not to return to the 7-Eleven located at 6305 University Boulevard. So you're also here on 2009 CF 905, a violation of probation. Bond in that case is set at $0. We'll appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you in that case as well. All right, good luck to you, sir. What's your name?
Bien, Green.
All right, Mr. Green, you are here in 2022 CF 464 AO. 5 counts. First count, trafficking in fentanyl, 4 grams or more, possession of methamphetamine, resisting an officer without violence, possession of cannabis, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for your arrest, and I will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you conditionally.
Your Honor, I believe the warrant has a suggested bond amount on count 1 of 1 million. I believe within the bond schedule, I think it's 100,000 to 4 grams and 14, I believe.
Hey,
Your Honor, it's within your discretion to alter the terms of the warrant.
May I respond, Your Honor? The bond schedule for 28 grams or more would be the suggested 1 million. I don't know if that was a clerical error.
possession or trafficking?
Just a moment.
There's a
I believe it's trafficking.
distinct difference.
That's trafficking, Your Honor, on the bond schedule.
All right. Hold on a second. If the judge set bond at $1 million, I'm gonna go with that bond. Counsel, you can file a motion to modify. So bond is, count 1 will be $1 million, count 2 will be $150, counts 3, 4, and 5 will be $100. Special condition, you're not to use or possess any narcotics without legal prescription. I also show, sir, that you're out on bond in 2022 CF 121AO, possession of MDMA or ecstasy and resisting an officer without violence. Bond in that case was previously set at $1,100. The court's going to revoke and terminate bond and set bond at 0. Good luck to you, sir. Come on up, sir. What's your name?
Corey Roberts.
All right, Mr. Roberts. Sir, you are here in 2022 MM 275AO, a charge of loitering or prowling. The court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for your arrest, and will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. Bond in your case will be set at $500, sir. Special conditions, you are not to return to 329 North Magnolia Avenue. That's the parking garage located at Sky House Apartments,
Your Honor,
downtown Orlando.
there was an offer to resolve, Your Honor. May I have a moment to confer with
Sure.
Mr. Brown? Mr. Roberts, excuse me. After conferring with Mr. Roberts, Your Honor, I believe he wishes to resolve.
What's the offer?
I believe the state's offer yesterday was an adjudication of guilt and time served, good time served.
He has 3 days.
State, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
3 days?
Correct.
All right, sir, raise your right hand to be sworn. You solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Sir.
All right, state your name.
Corey Roberts.
All right, so you can put your hand down. Sir, the offer from the state of Florida to resolve your case today is an adjudication of guilt, 3 days in the county jail with credit for 3 days' time served, court costs and costs of prosecution. Is it your desire to resolve your case today in that fashion? Yes?
Yes.
You want to resolve your case today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did anyone force you or threaten you into taking this plea?
No, sir.
Did anyone promise you anything other than what I told you the offer was from the state of Florida?
No, sir.
Did anyone Are you under the influence of any alcohol, medication, or drugs that influence your ability to make a decision?
No, sir.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, entering this plea will subject you to deportation from the United States.
Sir.
All right, sir, I'm holding a plea form. Is that your signature on the bottom?
Yes, sir.
Did you read and understand all the rights you're giving up by entering this plea?
Yes, I did.
All right. In 2022 MM 275 AO to the charge of loitering or prowling, how would you like to plead? Guilty or no contest?
No contest.
All right, the court will accept your plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily. I'll adjudicate you guilty of the charge of loitering or prowling, sentence you to 3 days in the county jail with credit for 3 days' time served, or that you pay court costs, costs of prosecution. I'll give you 180 days to pay, okay? All right, if you wish to appeal a sentence to this court, you must do so in writing. You'd have 30 days to do so. If you wish to file an appeal and cannot afford an attorney, let us know and we'll appoint one to represent you. All right, good luck to you, sir. They'll start the paperwork to process you out.
Your Honor, I did speak with Mr. Roberts as a friend of the court. I don't believe we need to be appointed in this case.
I didn't appoint you. Thank you. Come on up, sir. What's your name?
Jordan Bernier.
All right, Mr. Bernier, is there anyone present in this? Oh, this is, never mind. Mr. Bernier, you are here in 2022 CF 504 AO. In charge of possession of cocaine, battery, domestic violence, and violation of domestic violence injunction. Is there anyone present on this case? All right. So the court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for your arrest. I do not see that you filled out an application for a public defender, but I will conditionally appoint them to represent you. Yeah. Oh, you did, never mind. I will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you based on the application that I was just handed. As to count one, sir, bond will be set at $1,000. Count two, bond will be set at $2,500. Special conditions, you are not to use or possess any narcotics or firearms, or narcotics or alcohol without a legal prescription. You're not to use or possess any firearms or ammunition. All firearms and ammunition must be surrendered to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release from the Orange County Jail. Also, special conditions are you are not to return to 18075 Dolan Lane. Do you live there, sir?
No.
Is that where Tip?
I'm sorry. I was staying there for about 3 months, but not anymore.
Okay. Do you have any property there? Any reason to go back there?
No.
Okay.
Nothing very.
Is that where Tiffany lives?
Yes.
Okay. You are not to go back there, and you're not to go within 500 feet of her residence or her place of work.
Yes, sir.
You're not to have contact with Miss Tiffany Borges, directly or indirectly. All right? Any other conditions, state?
No, Your Honor.
As to the violation of domestic violence injunction, count three, bond in that case will be set at $1,000 as well. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, Crystal Gutierrez is mental health.
All right, this is case 2022 CF 494 AO. Crystal Gutierrez. Is there anyone here on this case? No. I will conditionally appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent Ms. Gutierrez.
We'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right. As to count one, aggravated assault, count two, battery, the court does find probable cause for the arrest. As to count one, aggravated assault, bond will be set at $1,500. Count two, battery, domestic violence, bond will be set at $2,500. Special conditions, no contact, direct or indirect, with the victim in this case, not to return to 10034 Nona Street. Allowed to go back one time to retrieve personal belongings with law enforcement. Not to use or possess firearms or ammunition. All firearms and ammunition must be surrendered to law enforcement within 24 hours of her release from the Orange County Jail. And she's not to use or possess any narcotics without a legal prescription. No contact with victim or witnesses. All right, your name, sir?
Jeffrey Wallace. Oh, shit.
Jeffrey Wallace, you're good right there, sir. All right, Mr. Wallace, you are here in 2022 CF 501 AO. Is there anyone present on this case? All right. Mr. Wallace, this is a charge of aggravated assault with a firearm. Court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for the arrest. State you wish to be heard with regards to bond.
No, Your Honor.
All right, I will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you, sir, based on your application for the appointment of a public defender. I will set bond in this case at $2,500. Special conditions, you're not to use or possess any firearms or ammunition. All firearms and ammunition must be surrendered to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release from the Orange County Jail. You are also not to have any contact with the victim in this case. You are not to return to 1314 Carlsbad Place. Do you live there, sir?
Yeah, yes.
All right, you are allowed to go back one time to retrieve your personal belonging, but that is it. You are not to go within 500 feet of that location. All right. As to count, you are also not to use or possess any narcotics or alcohol without a legal prescription. Sir, I also show that you're out on bond in 21 CF 16218 AO, charge of sale and delivery of cocaine. Bond in that case was previously set at $5,000. The court's going to revoke and terminate bond and set bond in that case at $0. Good luck to you, sir. Your name, sir?
Marcus Acevedo.
All right. Marcus Acevedo. This is case 2022 MM 295AO, a charge of battery domestic violence related. So the court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for the arrest. Based on your application, I will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. Are you employed, sir?
Currently, yes.
You get paid?
I mean, I don't know if after today if I have a job or not.
Okay. Ma'am, what is your name?
Kayla Acevedo.
All right, raise your right hand to be sworn. You solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right, what is your relationship to Marcus Acevedo?
His spouse.
All right, and you're the alleged victim in this case, correct?
Correct.
All right, what would you like to tell the court?
I'm sorry, do I need to give a summary of what happened?
No, just what, I read what happened, but what, tell me, you're obviously here and you want to express some concerns or wishes to the court. If you want to tell me what those are.
Yes, I would just like to have a no contact order placed.
Okay, you understand no contact means your husband will not be allowed to come home except one time with law enforcement to retrieve personal belongings, and also to have no contact with you directly or indirectly or go within 500 feet of your residence, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Mr. Acevedo, based on your affidavit, your financial affidavit, I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. I'm going to set bond in your case at $2,000. You're to have no contact directly or indirectly with Kayla Acevedo, the alleged victim in this case, and you're not to go within 500 feet of 4452 Hickory Stone Circle here in Orlando. You're allowed to go back one time with law enforcement to retrieve your personal belongings. You're not to use or possess any firearms or ammunition. All firearms or ammunition must be surrendered to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You're not to use or possess any alcohol or narcotics if you're without a legal prescription. I show you also qualify for pretrial release. If you wish to do pretrial release, you can do pretrial release in lieu of posting the bond, but the other conditions still apply. Okay, Good luck to you. Thank you, ma'am, for being here. Come on up. What's your name? I mean.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Alan Figueroa, State Certified Spanish Code Interpreter, already sworn.
Good morning. This is Judge Dubois calling from the jail. If I could get you to switch to the headset in BRC 1.
The defendant can hear me, Your Honor.
All right, your name, ma'am?
Emily.
Emily Alfonso?
Yes.
All right, this is case 2022 MM 323AO, a charge of battery domestic violence related. Is there anyone here for this case? All right. Ma'am, the court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for your arrest. I will conditionally appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. Bond will be set in this case at $2,500. Special conditions, you are not to have any contact directly or indirectly. Eric Duncan, the alleged victim in this case. You are not to return to 4655 South Hiawassee Road. You're allowed to go back one time with law enforcement to retrieve your personal belongings. You are not to use or possess any firearms or ammunition. All firearms and ammunition must be surrendered to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release from the Orange County Jail. And you are not to use or possess any alcohol or narcotics without a legal prescription. All right. Good luck to you. Thank you, Mr. Interpreter.
Not a problem, Your Honor.
Your name, sir?
Eurico Costa.
Mr. Costa, you are here in 2022 MM 313AO, a charge of battery domestic violence. The court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for your arrest, and based on your application for the appointment of a public defender, will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. Bond in this case will be set at $2,500. Special conditions, you're not to use or possess any alcohol or narcotics. You're not to use or possess any ammunition or firearms. All ammunition and firearms must be surrendered to law enforcement within 24 hours you're released from the Orange County Jail. You are not to return to the address of 10034 Nona Street. You're not to go within 500 feet. If you have personal belongings there, you can go back one time with law enforcement to retrieve your personal belongings. You're also to have no contact directly or indirectly with Ms. Crystal Gutierrez. All right, good luck to you, sir.
Oh, Your Honor, he had a question about is it a separate residence order? Because she doesn't have a name on the lease at the home, that it's owned by his family. So if the one-time return with law enforcement, if she isn't there, is he able to stay?
That would have to be determined by a judge downtown. I mean, she's not here. She was just processed through about 4 people before, so I have no.
I understand. I believe she had a no contact order with this
She
client
had no
as well.
contact and no return also. But I need documentation or evidence that, I mean, he's gonna have to go somewhere else temporarily until Judge Shoemaker downtown can modify the terms of his release. I need someone here to testify as to that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, just to clarify, you did put no return for both of them.
Right, but he's saying that But I need her here also to confirm. Can we bring her back?
No, Your Honor, she was mental health. She didn't appear.
Did you already do her paperwork?
We'll follow your direction, Your Honor, about
Yeah, just have
the
Judge
hearing
Schmidt.
with the trial judge.
Kenneth Hankins?
No, there is a victim now?
All right, who's here for the Hankins matter? Come on up. All right, this is case 2022 MM 311AO, State versus Kenneth Hankins. The court does find probable cause for the arrest. Will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent Mr. Hankins. Ma'am, what is your name?
Barbati Hankins.
Okay. And what is your relationship to Kenneth Hankins?
I'm his mother.
You're his mother. All right, what would you like to tell the court?
I just like them to know that my son is not violent. He's a very good son, and it was all out of proportion. He and his sister had a little argument because he's a very cleanly person. And then her boyfriend was there, and her boyfriend was recording him. And I was upstairs talking to him, and when he walked out of the room and he saw he was videotaping him, my son got mad, wanted to go grab the video camera from him. And I grabbed my son like this, trying to prevent him from running down the stairs. And my son pushed me back, and when he pushed back, to get away from me, his hand looked like he hit me in the video. But my son never raised his hand on me. He's 35 years old. I knew he'd been living with me forever.
Okay. Does he live with you?
Yes, sir.
All
Yes,
right.
Your Honor.
Are you asking that he be allowed to come home and?
Oh, yes. Yes,
Okay.
Your Honor.
Are you in fear for your safety if I was to allow him to come live with you?
Yes, he is fine
Hold
living
on,
with me.
hold on. Yes, you're in fear for your safety?
Oh,
or
no,
yes, you
no,
want
no,
him
I'm
home?
not afraid for my safety. No, sir.
Okay,
No, Your
so-
Honor.
So you're not in fear for your safety if I was to allow him to come home?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, and if an episode escalated in the future, would you be able to remove yourself from the situation and call police?
Yes, I would, but I guarantee you, Your Honor, it never happened before and it would never happen again. My son never raised his hand at me or did anything.
Okay? State?
I have no objection to no hostile contact, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, thank you, ma'am, for being here. Bond in this case will be set at 1,500. Special conditions, no hostile contact with the alleged victim, Parvati Hankins, and he's allowed to go back to the property and reside with no hostile contact. Must surrender all firearms, ammunition within 24 hours of his release from the Orange County Jail, not use or possess any narcotics or alcohol without a legal prescription.
Your Honor, we'll waive his appearance today as well.
Thanks. All right, whoop, she's gone. Your name, sir?
Hello, Your Honor. Terry Hendry.
All right, Mr. Henry. You are here in 21 MM 6437, charge of battery, domestic violence. Probable cause was found previously by a judge who issued a warrant for your arrest. Was there anyone here on this case? All right. Bond in that case will be set at $2,500. Special conditions, no contact with the victim, no return to the scene.
No.
Surrender all weapons and firearms within 24 hours of your release from the Orange County Jail.
I can't get in contact with him. Yeah, she got in contact with me. I couldn't get in contact with her.
Is there something that we need to address? What's the issue? What's the issue?
I'm just explaining why he needs to sign the no contact order because you're ordering it.
Basically, she can get in contact with me. I can't get in contact with her. She has my address. She has my phone number.
Sir, you cannot talk to her. If she calls you, don't answer the phone.
Yeah, but I don't have a reason to contact.
Okay, but I'm telling you, you can't, so you need to sign that paperwork, or I'll just do it without you signing the paperwork. It doesn't matter to me. You don't have to sign it. That's fine. If you don't want to sign it,
That's what I'm saying.
I'll just take it and,
Get in contact with her, right?
if you don't want to sign that paperwork, sir, that's fine. Just give it to the Madam Corrections Officer, and I will put on there that you refuse to sign it, but this condition's still in place.
Okay, great. That's fine.
Okay. No contact with the victim, no user possess alcohol or narcotics without a legal prescription, surrender all weapons and firearms to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You're also here, sir, in 2022 MM 299 AO. Charge of criminal mischief, assault, and resisting an officer without violence. The court does find probable cause in that case and will also appoint the Office of Public Defender.
Your Honor, may I be heard as to count 2 on that?
Go ahead.
With the assault charge? Reading the affidavit, I don't believe, and reading the plain meaning of the statute, I don't believe there was a threat by word or act to do violence on the alleged victim. He was yelling to get out of the car, but I don't believe that rose to the level of a word or act to do violence.
Date?
Your Honor, I do understand what defense is saying. However, the totality of the circumstances as that she saw him became afraid, especially after he was already trying to remove the tag from her car. And it is after that event that she gets into the car and he then goes to the car door and says, "Get out of the car." So I believe that she was in fear. She was rightfully in fear at that time, Your Honor.
Counsel, my concern is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th paragraph of the arrest affidavit that details Nash and a friend left the club, started walking back to her vehicle. Nash saw Hendry pulling on the license plate tag on the back of her vehicle. When she got close, Nash got in her car and locked the vehicle doors. Hendry started yelling, "Get out of the vehicle." Nash became scared because of what he was already doing to her vehicle and the violent manner he was talking to her. To me, that could be perceived as a threat. So I'm going to keep the bond at $500. And as to count 3, set bond at $500. Special condition, you're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with Miss Beatrice Nash. You're not to use or possess any alcohol or narcotics without a legal prescription. And you must surrender all firearms or ammunition within 24 hours of your release. Good luck to you, sir. Do we have that no contact order he refused to sign? Do you have the one that he refused to sign? I'll just put on there refused. All right, thank you. All right, what's your name, ma'am?
My name? Yes. Yashira Marie Hernandez Alicia.
All right. This is case 2022 MM 318 AO. Charge of battery, domestic violence related. Court does find probable cause for your arrest and will point the, ma'am, based on your affidavit, you don't qualify. You get paid $1,100 every 2 weeks?
Yeah, 1,100.
Do you have any children?
No.
Are you married? All right, so based on your application, you don't qualify for the appointment of the public defender. I will conditionally appoint them today for purposes of this hearing. The court does find probable cause. Sir, what's your name?
Fernando Rivera.
I'm sorry?
Fernando Rivera.
Fernando Rivera. And what is your relationship to Miss Yashira Hernandez Alicia?
She's my girlfriend. We live together.
Okay, and you're the alleged victim in this case, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, what would you like to tell the court?
That she did not touch me. And it was all a misunderstood yesterday. Because when I was playing on my computer, I was talking on the phone, not on the phone, but with my teammates while I was playing. And I heard her saying on the phone that I touched her and she was calling the police, but she was really not talking to the cops. And before I got in trouble, I was like, let me call before, let me call again and make sure that, I don't get in trouble, but everything just wasn't misunderstood.
All right, do you all live together?
Yes, sir.
Are you afraid for your safety?
No, sir.
If she was allowed to come home?
Yes, sir.
So you're asking that she be allowed to come home and live, you guys live together?
Yes, sir.
All right. I can order that she have no hostile contact with you. That means no yelling, screaming, arguing, raising a fist, threatening, anything that someone could perceive as scary. You want that?
No, sir.
Well, it's either that or she's not able to come home.
All right, I'll get
I
that.
can't just let her come home free and clear. I've got to put conditions on it.
All right, sir, I get that.
So you understand what that is?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If the situation escalated, would you be able to remove yourself from the situation and call police in the future?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anything else from the state?
Nothing, Your Honor.
All right. Ma'am, you qualify for pretrial release, so I'll give you the option of doing PTR, pretrial release, or posting bond in the amount of $1,500. Special conditions, you're to now have no hostile contact with Fernando Rivera, the alleged victim in this case. You're to surrender any weapons and ammunition within 24 hours of your release from the Orange County Jail. You're not to use or possess any alcohol or narcotics without a legal prescription, okay? All right, good luck to you. I don't have. I don't know what the link is. Hold on a second.
No. The face sheet.
Where am I calling to? This one?
Welcome to an Econo meeting. You are entering the meeting now.
It's fine, I can see it. Ms. Shaw, we'll give us 1 second, okay?
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Can we bring this one up next?
Marcus, Acevedo.
I guess.
Thank you.
All right, sir, what's your name?
Luis Lozada.
All right, this is case 2022 MM 333AO. Charge of battery, domestic violence, and resisting an officer without violence. Court does find probable cause for the arrest. And will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. Ma'am, what is your name?
Shakira Barboza.
All right, let me get you to raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. What is your relationship to Mr. Lozada?
He's the father of my children.
Okay. Are you guys in a relationship currently?
No.
Okay. Are you the alleged victim in this case?
Yes.
Okay, what would you like to tell the court?
I would like no contact.
No contact?
Yes.
Look at me, don't look at him. No contact?
Yes.
Okay. Do you all live together?
Yes.
Okay. Does he have property at the address on Lee Road?
Yes.
Okay, so you understand I'm gonna have to give him one time to come back with law enforcement to retrieve his personal belongings. You understand that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else you want to tell the court?
No, that's all.
I'm sorry?
That's all.
That's all. Okay, thank you for being here. State, any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, sir. Counsel, any questions?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, sir, I'm gonna set bond in this case as to count one. Bond to be set at $2,000. Special conditions, you are to have no contact with the alleged victim in this case, and you are not to return to 1051 Lee Road, apartment 28, D as in dog, without law enforcement. You're allowed to go back one time with law enforcement to retrieve your personal belongings. Outside of that, you're not allowed to go within 500 feet of that property or the victim's place of work. Any firearms, ammunition must be surrendered to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release from the Orange County Jail. You're not to use or possess any alcohol or narcotics without a legal prescription. As to count 2, resisting an officer without violence, bond in that case will be set at 500. Good luck to you, sir. All right, Ms. Shaw, we're gonna go back on the record in 2022 MM 295AO, State versus Marcus Acevedo. Ms. Shaw, who are you here on behalf of?
Good morning, Judge. I'm here on Marcus Acevedo.
On behalf of Mr. Acevedo or the alleged victim?
On behalf of the client, Mr. Acevedo.
Okay. Ms. Acevedo was here previously, before I knew that you were here, and testified that she wished not to have any contact with Mr. Marcus Acevedo and that he not be allowed to return to the home. I found probable cause, ordered that he have no contact, direct or indirect, with the victim. He's not to return to the scene except for one time with law enforcement to retrieve his personal belongings. Not to possess any weapons, firearms, or ammunition. All weapons, firearms, or ammunition must be surrendered within 24 hours of his release. He's not to use or possess any alcohol or illegal drugs without a legal prescription. Anything that you want to address outside of that, and I set bond at $2,000 or PTR.
Or PTR, Judge?
Or PTR.
Okay, that's fine. If he's on PTR, the only thing is he has family that's all out of state, so he would just need to travel possibly. So if PTR allows him to do that, then that's fine.
You can work that out with PTR, or you can post the bond.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Bye, you too.
You are the only participant.
Your name?
Gregory Allen Nickel.
All right, Mr. Nickel, you are here in 2022 MM 315AO, charge of battery, domestic violence. Anyone present? No. The court has reviewed the arrest affidavit. Sir, does find probable cause for the arrest. Will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you based on your application. Sir, you do qualify for pretrial release, so I'll give you the option of doing pretrial release or posting bond in the amount of $2,500. Special conditions of both would be that you have no contact, direct or indirect, with a Rebecca Slater. You're not to return to 3308 Kathleen Drive, and you're not to have use or consume any alcohol or narcotics without a legal prescription. All weapons, ammunition, firearms must be surrendered to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release from the Orange County Jail. I will allow you to go back one time with law enforcement to retrieve your personal belongings from the property located at Kathleen Drive. All right? Good luck to you, sir. Mr. Lauder, if you want to let them know.
I'm off docket, Your Honor, so I'll just take it at the end.
Okay.
I'm not trying to interrupt.
Might be a while. Okay.
If you get a logical break, then we'll do it. If not,
Gotcha. All right, your name, ma'am?
Natasha Perilla Montero.
All right. This is Natasha Perea Montero, 2022 MM 29AW, in charge of battery, domestic violence. I will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you based on your application. The court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for the arrest. I show this occurred on International Drive, correct? You were arrested on International Drive?
Yes, sir.
And you live on Lenox Boulevard?
Yes, sir.
All right, does Mr. Rockmore live on Lenox Boulevard with you?
Yes. Whose
house is it?
His mother's.
His mother's, okay. Do you have somewhere else to go?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right, bond in this case will be set at $2,500. Special conditions, you are not to have any contact, direct or indirect, with Mr. Rockmore. I will allow you to go back to the Lenox Boulevard address and retrieve your personal belongings, but you must maintain separate residences with Mr. Rockmore. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, you also must surrender any weapons, firearms, or ammunition to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release from the Orange County Jail. You're not to use or possess any alcohol or narcotics without a legal prescription.
Your Honor, would she qualify for a pretrial release?
According to my notes, she does not, because she wasn't interviewed. PTR?
She could qualify, Your Honor.
All right, if she's interviewed and qualified, she could do PTR.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Your Honor, if I could just address it briefly, you can tell me some instructions one way or another.
Let me get through the
No
next
problem.
one, and then,
No problem. I can do it in 30 seconds, and you can tell me yes, no, or different.
gotcha. What's your name?
Mia Wilson.
All right, Ms. Wilson, you are here in 2022 MM 338AO, charge of battery, domestic violence related. The court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for your arrest. I don't see that you have filled out the application for a public defender. Are you wanting a public defender appointed to represent you?
Yeah, I thought that I did fill out.
Okay, well, we don't have it, but I'll conditionally appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you for today's purposes and then pending a review of that application. Sir, what is your name?
Sheraton Winfrey.
All right, Mr. Winford, let me get you to raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Winfrey, I show that you are the alleged victim in this case, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, what would you like to tell the court?
I just want her to come home. I don't want to press any charges.
Okay, you all live together on West Lucerne Circle?
Yes, sir.
All right, if I was to allow Ms. Wilson to come home, I could allow her to come home with a special condition, what's called no hostile contact. It means no yelling, screaming, threatening, raising any fist, throwing anything. Is that what you're asking the court to do?
Yes.
All right, and if a situation came up where it became escalated between yourself and Ms. Wilson, would you be able to remove yourself from the situation and call law enforcement?
Yes, sir.
All right, anything else you want to tell the court?
No, that's it.
State?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Wilson, I will set bond in this case in the amount of $1,500. Does Ms. Wilson qualify?
No, Your Honor, she's on state probation.
Okay. I will set bond in this case at $1,500. A special condition, you're to have no hostile contact with the alleged victim in this case, Mr. Cheriton Winfrey. You're not to use or possess any firearms or ammunition. Any firearms or ammunition must be surrendered to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release from the Orange County Jail. You're not to use or possess any alcohol or narcotics without a legal prescription. All right, good luck to you. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
All right, Mr. Lauder, you guys want to approach?
Yes, Your Honor, I'll be very brief. Your Honor, currently in custody on a fugitive warrant is a gentleman by the name of Mr. Garzinski. He's being held no bond on a F3 out of Colorado. He's been here since the 5th, and his family's medical complications, MS, some substantial problems at the household. I'm trying to get a bond set. I've done this before so that he can get a bond out of Orange County and turn himself into Colorado. He's got an attorney here. I've done it before, but I don't remember the exact process, and it's not something that happens regularly. So I believe I have to do that through here. I have a FW case number in the Orange County Clerk of Court system, but that does not allow me to file in because it's a non-reporting type case. So I'm just trying to figure out, I believe this is the correct place to do it. I just don't know how to get notice and get in front of the judge here with him on the docket. May I show you, do you want to see the motion or do you not care about that?
And then give us a minute. Let me try and figure out, do you know who? All right. Yeah. Give us 1 second.
There's no local charges, so I don't think the state here really has a position on it one way or another.
All right, give me 1 second.
No problem, Your Honor.
All right, what's your name, sir? All right, Mr. Wooten. You are here in 22 MM 320AO, in charge of battery, domestic related. Court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for the arrest, and based on your application for the appointment of a public defender, I'll appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. No one's present. I will set bond in this case in the amount of $2,500. Special conditions, you're to have no contact, direct or indirect, with Ms. Gabrielle Pasco, the alleged victim in this case, and you are not to return to 7025 Crossland Drive. Do you all live there together?
No, sir, that's a condo where my truck is parked.
Okay. Do you live together on Jasmine Court?
No, sir.
Okay. You're to have no contact with her, direct or indirect. You can't go within 500 feet of her or her residence or her place of work. All firearms, ammunition must be surrendered to the sheriff's office within 24 hours of your release from the Orange County Jail. You're not to use or possess any alcohol or narcotics without a legal prescription.
Your Honor, would Mr. Wooten qualify for pretrial release? Did not.
Yeah. All right. Good luck to you, sir. Mr. Lauder, do you know, does Colorado have a position with regards to this?
So I've talked to a counsel over there. The court's not, they don't understand what his position is and that he's going to avail himself to it. So the court is not going to recall the capias, which would be the other option. It doesn't appear to be on that side of it. That's going to be cooperation. In the past, and I don't know if the court's ever dealt with this, in this 2 or 3 circumstances I've dealt with in the past, it's been like, hey, okay, we're giving you a bond, and then you've got 3 weeks to report back to on this case number, or else it's a contempt of court charge. So that's how this court maintains jurisdiction. And if he fails to appear in Colorado, then, or to answer for the Colorado charges, this court would maintain control over it. And I understand if the court's not comfortable going forward today, I just need to find the next approach so that I can get in front of the right person.
I don't want to keep you here all morning. Can I make a call to someone and then reach out to you, and then you can log in via Cisco and we can?
That will work, Your Honor, if we can address that. I will stand down then and I'll wait for a communication from the court.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Your Honor, appreciate it.
Yep.
Sorry for interrupting.
No, you're good. Name, sir? What happened to Joel Dunkley? All right, Ray Christopher Johnson, 21 CF 12353. This is a warrant that was issued out of Hillsborough County. Charge of grand theft, 3rd degree, and felony battery. That judge issued a warrant for your arrest. You're to be held no bond. They will be contacting you to be transported over to Hillsborough County. I'll appoint the Office of Public Defender temporarily while you're in the custody of Orange County Sheriff to represent you. Good luck to you, sir. Nope. What's your name, ma'am?
Sid?
Sid Rivera Saez?
Yes.
All right, ma'am, you are here in 2017 CT 732. This is a warrant that was issued out of Osceola County for your arrest.
Yes.
Bond in that case was set at $2,000 for no valid driver's license in the Osceola County case. I will temporarily appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you while in the custody of the Orange County Sheriff, and you'll be transported to Osceola if you don't bond out. Yep, good luck to you.
Victor Sanchez, bonding on it?
I'm sorry?
Victor Sanchez?
Who's that? What's your name, sir? All right, Rayon Snyder. This is a case arising out of Volusia County, court case 2016-103-138. A driving while license canceled, suspended, revoked. Judge in Volusia County issued a warrant for your arrest, sir. Set bond in the amount of $5,000. As such, bond will be set at $5,000, and they will be notified. I'll temporarily appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you while you're in the custody of the Orange County Sheriff. Good luck to you, sir. Come on up. Name?
Shavar Stanford.
All right, Mr. Stanford, this is a case arising out of Pasco County, case number 21 CF 2742. CF, warrant was issued for your arrest out of Pasco County for violation of probation on a charge of aggravated assault. You're to be held no bond. They will be notified of your detention here in the Orange County Jail, and I will temporarily appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you while you're in the custody of Orange County Sheriff.
Okay.
Good luck to you, sir. Your name?
Marcus Watson.
Mr. Watson, you are here on an out-of-county warrant issued out of Hillsborough County, case 22293538. In violation of probation, a warrant was issued for your arrest for charge of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and possession of a controlled substance. As such, you're to be held no bond. I'll temporarily appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you while you're in the custody of Orange County Sheriff, and Hillsborough County will be notified to transport you over to Hillsborough County. Good luck to you. Name?
John Judkins.
John Judkins? All right, sir. You are here in 21 CF 7937 AO. A warrant was issued for your arrest for a violation of probation. Bond was set in that case at $1,000. And I will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. Good luck to you, sir. That's a wrap on session 1. Under.
Tyler Brands, Public Defender's Office.
All right. Sir, come on up. Let me get an interpreter. Hello? Mr. Interpreter, are you there? Madam Interpreter?
Yes, Your
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Perfect. This is Judge Dubois calling from the jail. If you could transfer to the podium at BRC 1.
Certainly, Your Honor. Allow me just a moment to connect, please.
Sure. The defendant has the headset on if you want to just communicate with him once you're established.
Your Honor, the interpreter can confirm the defendant is able to hear through the headsets.
Great, thank you. You're Raymond Acevedo Rosado?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
This is case 2022 MO 56AO. Charge of disorderly conduct. We have an offer.
City cases are a withhold of adjudication and
I'm sorry, counsel, you were breaking up. It was a withhold of adjudication and what else?
credit time served.
Thank you, counsel.
How many days?
2 days.
Sir, the offer from the city, the state, is a withhold of adjudication, 2 days in the county jail, with credit for 2 days time served, court costs, and costs of prosecution, which would be $233, and I could give you a year to pay. Would you like to resolve your case today in that fashion?
Yes, sir.
All right. Raise your hand to be sworn. You solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Sí, lo juro.
Yes, I swear.
All right. Has anyone forced you or threatened you into taking this plea?
No.
You can put your hand down.
No.
Did anyone promise you anything other than what I told you the offer was from the state of Florida?
No.
No.
Are you under the influence today of any alcohol, medication, or drugs that would influence your ability to make a decision?
No.
No.
You understand by entering this plea, you're not a United States citizen or in this country legally. Entering this plea will subject you to deportation from the United States.
Sí, lo entiendo.
Yes, I understand.
All right. Did you sign that plea form that's in front of you, sir?
Ahora lo voy a hacer.
I'm going to do it now.
All right. Did you have an opportunity to read it and understand all the rights you're giving up by entering this plea?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
All right. Sir, in 2022 MO56 AO, the charge of disorderly conduct, how do you wish to plead, guilty or no contest?
No me opongo.
No contest.
Sir, I will accept your plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily, will withhold adjudication, sentence you to 2 days in the county jail, credit for 2 days' time served, order that you pay court costs and costs of prosecution, and I'll give you 1 year to pay. Sir, if you wish to appeal the sentence of this court, you must do so in writing. You'd have 30 days to do so. If you wish to appeal and cannot afford an attorney, let us know, and we'll appoint one to represent you. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. All right, Mr. Interpreter, one more.
Yes, Your Honor.
Not sure if you can see it or not.
Yes, Your Honor, I do have a visual.
Okay. What is your name, sir?
Sí. Rubén Villanueva, Montañés.
Rubén Villanueva Montañez.
All right, sir, you are here in case 2022 CT 248 AO. A charge of driving while license suspended or revoked with knowledge. I do find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. Bond in that case is $500. So you're also out on bond on several other cases. Case 2022 CT 248, I'm sorry, 21 CT C 4595 AO. The charge of driving while license suspended or revoked with knowledge. Bond in that case was previously set at $1,500. Court's gonna forfeit that bond, set bond at $2,000. You're also out on bond in 21 CF 7529 AO. Possession of cocaine and resisting an officer without violence. Bond in that case will be forfeited. Bond in that case will be set at 1,000.
The first count here, there's 2 counts.
1,000 as to count 1 and 100 as to count 2. You're also out on bond, sir, in 21 CT 6049 AO. Driving while license permanently revoked. Bond was set at $5,000 in that case. The court will forfeit that bond and set bond at $7,500. Good luck to you, sir. If you bond out, please do not drive. All right, thank you, Mr. Interpreter. I believe that concludes my need for this morning.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good morning.
Thanks, you too. Your name, sir?
Oak Turner.
All right, Mr. Turner, you are here in case 2022 MM 303 AO, a charge of possession of drug paraphernalia. The court has found probable cause for your arrest and will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. State.
At this time, the state enters a no information.
All right, sir. I take all that back. The state has dropped the charges against you. The jail will start the process of the paperwork to process you out. If there's no other holds, you'll be out of the jail sometime later today.
Thank you, Judge.
Sure. All right, Warren Barber, 22 CF 493 AO, battery on law enforcement officer in charge of resisting an officer without violence. Based on his application for the appointment of public defender, I'll appoint the office of public defender to represent him. Want to waive his appearance?
We'll waive the appearance, Your Honor, yes.
I will waive his appearance. Find probable cause for the arrest. As to count one, bond will be set at $2,500. Count two, bond will be set at $100. He's also here in 2022 MM 312 AO, a charge of battery. Court will also appoint the office of public defender on that case. Waive his appearance.
Yes, Your Honor.
Waive his appearance, set bond in that case as to $500.
Ronna, can there be a no contact, condition?
With the officer
No, with regard to the battery.
on the battery. All right, no contact with the victim in the MM, 22 MM 312. All right, your name, ma'am? Melissa Adams? All right. Ms. Adams, you are here in 2022 MM 324 AO, a charge of prostitution. The court does find probable cause for your arrest. We'll appoint the office of public defender to represent you based on your application. We'll set bond in this case the amount of $500. Special condition, you're not to return to 1517, you're not to return to 23rd Street and Orange Blossom Trail, also referred to as Zone 42 in Orange County.
Your Honor, would the court be opposed to an ROR on this? It's a first violation.
State?
No, Your Honor, I have no objection.
All right,
Thank you, Your Honor.
she doesn't qualify for PTR?
No, Your Honor, they didn't qualify her.
All right, allow her to be released, ROR. Counsel, just make sure you all have her contact information. Ma'am, you still live in Melbourne
Palm Bay.
on Renner Avenue?
I'm sorry.
Renner Avenue?
I don't live there anymore. My granddad died and I had to move in with my dad and,
All right, so you need to fill out a change of address form before you leave.
oh, yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
The other door.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Adams.
Come on up.
Your Honor, I'm going to have a standing request for ROR on all the first violations,
All right,
just to put the court on.
understood. All right, your name, ma'am?
Lamisha Calhoun.
All right, Ms. Calhoun, this is 2022 MM 325 AO, a charge of prostitution, your first violation. Court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for the arrest, and I will appoint the office of public defender to represent you. State position with regards to ROR?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, I'll allow you to be released on your own recognizance, ma'am. Do you have an address or a phone number?
I'm sorry, could you repeat yourself?
Do you have an address or a phone number where you can be contacted?
Oh, yes.
All right, I need you to give that to, fill out the change of address form from the Office of Public Defender so they can get in touch with you, okay? Ma'am, just understand you're being released on your own recognizance. Should you not stay in contact with your attorney, the judge may revoke that release and issue, set a bond.
Okay.
Okay? Good luck to you.
Thank you.
She can do it in the back. Just do it in the back and give it to,
I gave her a change of address form.
yeah, just fill that out, ma'am. Give it to the corrections before you leave.
Madam Clerk, can I have a couple more of those?
Sure. All right, you're Alexis Clark? Yes. All right, ma'am, you are here in 22 MM 306 AO, a charge of trespass. The court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for your arrest. I will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. I'm going to set bond in this case in the amount of $1,000. You do not qualify for pretrial release. You are not to return to 7440 International Drive, the Dunkin' Donuts.
Your Honor, there was an offer on this case.
Okay,
Believe the state offered to withhold time served and no return to the Dunkin' Donuts, I think on iDrive.
That is correct, Your Honor.
We have a moment to
sure.
clarify with her.
How many days?
2 days.
I believe she, after speaking with Ms. Clark, Your Honor, I believe she wishes to resolve today.
All right, Ms. Clark, raise your right hand to be sworn. You solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. All right, you're Alexis Clark, correct? All right, ma'am, you're here in 22 MM 306AO, charge of trespass. The offer from the state of Florida is a withhold adjudication, 2 days in the county jail, credit for 2 days' time served, court costs and costs of prosecution, and no return to the Dunkin' Donuts located at 7440 International Drive. Is that your desire to resolve your case today in that fashion?
Yes.
All right. Anyone force you or threaten you into taking this plea? Did anyone force you or threaten you into taking this
No.
plea? Did anyone promise you anything other than what I just repeated was the offer conveyed to you by the state of Florida?
No.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen or in this country legally, thank you. Entering this plea will subject you to deportation from the United States.
Yeah.
Are you under the influence today of any alcohol, medication, or drugs that would influence your ability to make a decision? All right, is this your signature on the bottom of this plea form?
Yeah.
Did you have an opportunity to read over this plea form and understand all the rights you're giving up by entering this plea?
Yeah.
All right, ma'am, in 2022 MM 306AO to the charge of trespass, how do you like to plead, guilty or no contest?
No contest.
All right, the court will accept your plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily, I'll withhold adjudication, or you pay court costs, cost of prosecution, sentence you to 2 days in the county jail with credit for 2 days' time served, and you're not to return to the Dunkin' Donuts located at 7440 International Drive. Okay?
So it's not gonna be a
Court costs, cost of prosecution, no PD. All right, ma'am, if you wish to appeal, you must do so in writing. You'd have 30 days to do so. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you. I'll give you 6 months to pay, okay? All right, good luck to you.
I spoke with Ms. Clark as a friend of the court, Your Honor.
I didn't assess any PD fee. Thank you, ma'am. All right, your name?
Michelle Garcia.
Alicia Garcia. You are here in 2022 MM 326AO, a charge of prostitution, first violation. Court does find probable cause for your arrest and will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. State position with regards to ROR?
Your Honor, in this one, I would object only because there are no convictions in Florida for prostitution, but there is history, but there is also out-of-state convictions for prostitution. So on this one, I would object.
Understood. Counsel, do you wish to be heard?
As the out-on bond is a traffic case and the current charge is a first violation, I would still have you set a low monetary bond, Your Honor, if you are so inclined.
All right, I'm gonna set bond at 500 based on the out-of-state representation by the state. Bond will be set at $500, ma'am. You are not to return to the intersection of August Lane and Orange Blossom Trail, also referred to as Zone 44 here in Orange County. I also show that you are out on bond in case 2021 CT 7025AO, a charge of driving while license suspended or revoked with knowledge. Bond in that case was previously set at $1,000. The court's going to forfeit that bond, set bond at $1,500. All right, good luck to you, ma'am. Christopher Hodges.
Medical, Your Honor.
All right, this is case 2022 MM 321AO, charge of resisting an officer without violence. I will conditionally appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent Mr. Hodges.
We'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Waive his appearance. Charge of resisting an officer without violence. Set bond at $500. All right, your name? Heather Asix?
Yes.
Okay. Ma'am, you are here in 2022 MM 327AO, a charge of prostitution, first violation. The court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for your arrest, and will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you based on your application for the appointment of a public defender. State position with regards to ROR.
No objection.
All right, ma'am, the court's gonna release you on your own recognizance. I need you to fill out a paperwork, providing to your attorney a phone number or address where they can contact you. You need to understand, I'm releasing you on your own recognizance. However, if you don't stay in touch with your attorney, the judge who your case is assigned to in Division 85 may revoke your release and set bond.
Okay.
Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
You can fill that out in the back. Other door. Come on up.
Your Honor, Christy Jordan refused?
Refused? All right, Christy Jordan, 2022 MM 328AO, charge of prostitution, first violation. Court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, will appoint the Office of Public Defender,
Waive the appearance, Your Honor.
waive the appearance, find probable cause for the arrest. Set bond at 500, I'm not gonna ROR based on
Understood.
history. Set bond at $500, special condition, Ms. Jordan is not to return to 22nd Street and Nashville Avenue, also known as Zone 42 here in Orange County. I also show that Ms. Jordan is out on bond in 21 CF 14277AO, a charge of possession of cocaine. The Public Defender's Office was previously appointed to represent her in that case. Bond was set at $1,000. Court's going to revoke and terminate bond, set bond at $0.
Leslie Kloster bonded?
Leslie Kloster bonded.
Yes. Allison Lewis also bonded.
Who?
Allison Lewis?
I don't have that one. Okay. Your name?
Ruby Mint.
Ruby Mint. All right, this is case 2022 MM 331AO, a charge of prostitution, first violation. The court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for the arrest, and will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. State, with regards to ROR.
No objection.
All right, ma'am. You live in Illinois? All right. I'll release you on your own recognizance. Ma'am, you need to stay in touch with your attorney. If you don't, the court will issue a warrant for your arrest and revoke your release, okay? You are not to return to 8574 South Orange Blossom Trail, okay? Good luck to you. Your name, sir?
Stephen Odell?
Mr. Odell, you're here on case 2022 MM 322AO, a charge of battery. The court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for your arrest.
Your Honor, can we pause for a second so we can get a hearing device?
Sure, just,
Thank
we
you.
have a hearing device.
No, it was just a noise.
Hang on, sir, stay right there. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're Stephen Odell, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you're here in 2022 MM 322AO, a charge of battery. The court does find probable cause for your arrest, and based on your application for the appointment of a public defender, I will appoint the Office of Public Defender. Pre-trial release, I show he was not interviewed, correct?
One moment. Was it? He was. was interviewed, Your Honor.
He does not qualify? He does?
Yes.
Okay. Sir, you do qualify for pretrial release. If you wish to do pretrial release, I'll allow you to do that. If not, bond in this case will be set at $500. Special conditions, you are not to have any contact, direct or indirect, with a Dustin Clark.
Excuse me?
You are not to have any contact directly or indirectly with Dustin Clark. And you are not to return to 498 Timberwolf Trail in Apopka. I'll allow you to go back one time to retrieve your personal belongings. All right? Any firearms, ammunition must be surrendered to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. If you're not to use or consume any alcohol or narcotics without a legal prescription. Good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Williamson?
Yes, may I speak real quick, just a moment, real brief, Your Honor?
No. That's not what today's for, sir. Today's for your initial appearance in 2022 CF 485AO. I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you in this case. Based on the arrest affidavit, the court does find probable cause for the arrest. Bond in this case will be set at $2,500. You are not to return to 110 North Park Avenue, and you're not to have any contact with the alleged victim in this case. You're not to use or possess any firearms or ammunition. All firearms or ammunition must be surrendered to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You're not to use or possess any narcotics without a legal prescription. Good luck to you, sir. Come on up, ma'am. What's your name? All right. Ms. Pondlin, you are here in 2022 MM 332AO, a charge of prostitution, first violation. The court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for the arrest, and will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. State?
No objection.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. You need to understand, I'm doing that since I've appointed the Office of Public Defender to represent you. Should you not stay in touch with them and they represent that to the court at their next hearing, that judge may issue a warrant for your arrest and recall your release, okay? Good luck to you. Oh, ma'am, you are also not to return to Morning Drive in South Orange Blossom Trail, also referred to as Zone 44 here in Orange County. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Okay, so.
Your name?
Khadijah Reynolds.
All right, Ms. Reynolds, you are here in 2022 MM 334AO, a charge of prostitution, first violation. Court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for the arrest, and will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. State position with regards to ROR.
Object, Your Honor. She does have out-of-state convictions for prostitution.
All right. Ma'am, as such, the court's going to set bond in this case in the amount of $500. Special conditions, you are not to return to 8408 Orange Blossom Trails, also referred to as Zone 44 here in Orange County.
Your Honor, to be fair, the affidavit did say that it was an offer to spend time, not to have any explicit, there wasn't any explicit request as in the other affidavits that we've seen today. Would you have that, would you consider that in your bond determination?
I'm going to keep bond at 500 based on the out-of-state, the representations by the state for out of.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Russell? Carla Russell?
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am, you are here in 2022 MM 335AO, a charge of prostitution, first violation. The court does find probable cause for your arrest and will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you based on your application. State position with regards to ROR.
Your Honor, I would object to ROR. She does have history, but not a conviction of prostitution. However, if you chose to use your discretion to reduce the bond, I would have no objection.
Counsel, do you wish to be heard?
If you aren't inclined to release ROR, Your Honor, I would, I'll request a low monetary bond.
I'm not inclined to do ROR, I'll do 250. Special condition that you are not to return to 1657, I'm sorry, that you're not to return to Indiana Street and South Orange Blossom Trail. All right, good luck to you.
Wallace.
Your name?
Cole Simpson.
All right, Ms. Simpson, you are here in 2022 MM 336 AO, a charge of prostitution, second violation. Court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for the arrest, and will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. Bond in this case will be set at $500. Special condition, you're not to return to Morning Drive and Orange Blossom Trail, also referred to as Zone 44 here in Orange County. I show that you're also out on diversion.
I'm trying to do the classes. I'm waiting for my attorney to get back to me. It's been a while.
Okay.
I'm trying to take
hang
these
on.
classes.
Hang on. 21
Nobody's getting
MM
a hold of me, so
416.
I don't know what to do.
Send an email.
4163 AO, a charge of prostitution. State position with regards to the bond, which was previously set at $1,500.
I'd ask that you revoke and double, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna forfeit that bond, set bond at $3,000.
Your Honor. May I be heard?
Sure.
As to the current charge, the second violation, I've had this discussion with this court at BRC before. I don't know if it was you, Your Honor. I don't believe so. But the charge for a second violation, and as we'll see in the felony section, a third violation, I do believe the arrest affidavit has to show that there's some evidence that they have been arrested or convicted. And then I have some case law that suggests that the violation, the word violation is synonymous with conviction. Would you consider a lower bond on the out-on-bond case based on that argument?
Considering state. Any position with regards to not doubling, but maybe setting it at 2,000 versus 1,500?
No, Your Honor. I don't know if you have access to her face sheet, but it seems as it would appear that Ms. Simpson has been engaging in prostitution since 2005. That appears to be the majority of her history.
I do show a case out of Minnesota.
Yes, Your Honor.
And counsel, frankly, for the, I do show an out-of-state conviction in Minnesota, and the fact that she was either in or waiting for PTD to start on a charge of prostitution, is what gives the court concern. So I'm gonna keep bond at 3,000. All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
What is this though? Like,
Ma'am, you can call your attorney. Ma'am, you can call your attorney. Philip Singletary? That's you, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Singletary, you're here in 2022 MM 296 AO. It's a charge of resisting an officer without violence and possession of drug paraphernalia. Do we have an offer on this case?
Adjudication of guilt and credit time served.
We have a moment to speak with Mr. Singletary, Your Honor.
Is that as to count 1 and 2, or just count 1 and no?
It's count 1 and 2.
Okay. Adjudication on both
Yes, Your Honor.
in 2 days?
Correct.
man. That's assault.
Counsel?
I spoke with Mr. Singletary. I believe he wishes to resolve today.
All right, Mr. Singletary, raise your right hand to be sworn. You solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, you're here in case 2022 MM296AO. You can put your hand down, sir, on a charge of resisting an officer without violence and possession of drug paraphernalia. The state's offering adjudication of guilt on both counts, court costs, cost of prosecution, 2 days in the county jail with credit for 2 days' time served. Is it your desire to resolve your case today in that fashion?
Yes, sir.
All right, have you reviewed that plea form that you have in front of you?
Yes, sir. I read it.
All right, you read and understand all the rights you're giving up by entering this plea?
Yes, sir.
Anyone force you or threaten you into taking this plea?
No, ma'am. I mean, no, sir.
Anyone promise you anything other than what the state attorney's office indicated was their offer to resolve your case?
No, sir.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen or in this country legally, entering this plea will subject you to deportation from the United States.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, who has the plea form?
May I approach, Your Honor?
Sure. All right, sir, and this is your signature, correct?
Yes, sir. That's my signature,
All right.
Your Honor.
In 2022 MM296AO, sir, to the charge of resisting an officer without violence and possession of drug paraphernalia, how do you wish to plead, guilty or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
All right, I'll accept your plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily. I'll adjudicate you guilty of both resisting an officer without violence and possession of drug paraphernalia. Sentence you to 2 days in the county jail with credit for 2 days' time served. Order that you pay court costs, costs of prosecution, and I'll give you 6 months to pay, okay? Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Keith Cowell. Is that you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Cowell, you are here in 2022 MO57AO, possession of an open container. State, is there an offer?
Withhold of adjudication and credit time served.
And I had a chance to speak with Mr. Cowell in the back, Your Honor, and we went over the plea form as well as the state's offer. I believe he wishes to resolve today.
2 days?
2 days, correct.
All right, Mr. Cowell, you want to take the state's offer to resolve your case?
Yes, sir.
All right, raise your right hand to be sworn.
Other hand.
Your other right hand.
I can't see.
You solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, you can put your hand down. You're Keith Cowell, correct?
Yep.
All right, so you're here in 2022 MO57AO, charge of open container in a prohibited area. The offer is a withhold adjudication, 2 days in the county jail with credit for 2 days' time served, court costs and cost of prosecution for a total of $233. You want to resolve your case today in that fashion, correct?
Yeah.
All right, did you sign that plea form in front of you?
You can sign it now, Your Honor.
Yep. Did you have an opportunity to read that form, sir, and understand all the rights you're giving up by entering this plea?
Okay.
Did you read it and understand it?
No, I can't read it that good. I can't see.
We went over the plea form. I verbally walked him through it.
All right, sir, you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering a plea, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, did anyone force you or threaten you into taking this plea?
No.
Did anyone promise you anything other than what I told you the offer was from the state of Florida? No? Are you under the influence today of any alcohol, medication, or drugs that would influence your ability to make a decision?
No.
You understand, sir, if you're not a United States citizen, entering this plea will subject you to deportation from the United States.
Yeah.
All right, sir, in 2022 MO57AO to the charge of possession of an open container in a prohibited area, how would you like to plead, guilty or no contest?
No contest.
All right, I'll accept your plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily. I'll withhold adjudication, sentence you to 2 days in the county jail with credit for 2 days' time served, or they pay court costs, cost of prosecution. I'll give you a year to pay. All right, good luck to you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Here.
Bruce Jackson. Is that you, sir? Yes. All right, sir, you are here in 2022 MO58AO, possession and consumption of alcohol in a prohibited space. Is there an offer?
Withhold of adjudication and credit time served.
I did have a chance to speak with Mr. Jackson. We went over the plea form as well as the state's offer. I believe he wishes to resolve today.
Mr. Jackson, is that correct? All right, raise your right hand and be sworn. You solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Jackson, you're here in 22 MO58AO, charge of possession and consumption of alcohol in a prohibited area. The offer is a withhold of adjudication, court costs, 2 days in the county jail with credit for 2 days' time served, correct? Is that how you wish to resolve your case?
Yes.
Yes? All right, did you have a plea form in front of you? Did you sign that form, sir?
Sign it right now, Your Honor.
Sir, did you have an opportunity to read that form and understand all the rights you're giving up by entering this plea?
Yes.
Did anyone force you or threaten you into taking this plea?
No.
Anyone promise you anything other than what I told you the offer was from the state of Florida? Are you under the influence today of any alcohol, medication, or drugs that would influence your ability to make a decision? You understand by entering this plea, sir, if you're not a United States citizen or in this country legally, entering this plea will subject you to deportation from the United States. All right, Mr. Jackson, in 2022 MO 58 AO, thank you. How would you like to plead to the charge of possession and consumption of alcohol in a prohibited space? Guilty or no contest? All right, the court will accept your plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily. I'll withhold adjudication, order you pay court costs, costs of prosecution, sentence you to 2 days in the county jail with credit for 2 days' time served. All right, sir, if you wish to appeal the sentence to this court, you must do so in writing. You have 30 days to file that appeal. If you cannot afford an attorney, let us know and we'll appoint one to represent you, okay? All right, sir, good luck to you, and I'll give you a year to pay. Thank you. Your name, sir?
Adrian Maurice Jordan.
All right, Mr. Jordan, you're here in 2022 MO 59 AO, in charge of possession of alcoholic beverage in a prohibited space. Is there an offer?
Withhold of adjudication and credit time served.
So you have 2 days? Sir, the offer is a withhold of adjudication, 2 days in the county jail with credit for 2 days' time served, court costs and costs of prosecution. Would you like to accept that offer?
Yes, sir.
All right, have you had an opportunity to review that plea form?
Yes, sir.
All right, raise your right hand to be sworn. You solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, I have in my hand a plea form. You signed this form, correct?
Yes, sir.
You read and understood everything on there?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're here on a charge of possession of open container. Did anyone force you or threaten you into taking this plea?
No.
Anyone promise you anything other than what I told you the offer was from the state of
No,
Florida?
sir.
Anyone promise you anything different, sir?
No. No, sir.
Okay. You understand, sir, by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen or in this country legally, entering this plea will subject you to deportation from the United States.
Okay.
I'm sorry?
Okay, yes.
Okay. You under the influence today of any alcohol, medication, or drugs that have influenced your ability to make a decision?
No, sir.
All right, sir, in 2022 MO 59 AO to the charge of possession of an open alcoholic container in a prohibited space, how would you like to plead? Guilty or no contest?
Contest.
I'll accept your plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily. I'll withhold adjudication, or you pay court costs, costs of prosecution, sentence you to 2 days in the county jail with credit for 2 days' time served. So you have 30 days to appeal, must be done in writing. If you cannot afford an attorney, let us know and we'll appoint one to represent you, all right?
All right.
Good luck to you, sir.
All right.
I'll give you 6 months, I'll give you a year to pay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yep. Your name? Sierra Mack? Is that a yes?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Mack, you're here in 2020 MO 60 AO, charge of possession of an open alcoholic container in prohibited space, disorderly conduct, littering on public property, various state misdemeanors, and failure to produce identification. I'll appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you and do find probable cause for the arrest. Is there an offer on these, or
Withhold of adjudication, credit time served.
for all?
Yes, Your Honor.
2 days?
I did have a chance to speak with Ms. Mack about the state's offer as well as went over the plea form with her. I believe she wishes to resolve today.
Ms. Mack, do you want to resolve your case today with a withhold adjudication as to all 5 counts, court costs, cost of prosecution, and 2 days in the county jail with credit for 2 days' time served? That means you get out today, you have a withhold,
Yes, I do.
and you pay, and I'll give you a year to pay your court costs and cost of prosecution.
Today?
I'm sorry? I can't hear a word you're saying.
No.
Just come closer and speak up.
No.
Why don't, you don't want to take that offer?
To pay?
Well, you got to pay eventually.
No, I don't have no money, so.
Would the court consider a judgment lien on the court costs?
I was disturbed, so it doesn't matter.
All right, I can do a civil judgment.
Well, littering, man.
Ma'am, I can reduce your court costs and fines to a civil judgment. And that would give you forever to pay.
What then?
I believe she's agreeable to that, Your
You
Honor.
want to do that, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yes? All right, raise your right hand to be sworn. You solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do.
I-
Yes.
Okay. Ma'am, you're here in 2020 MO 60AO. Have you had an opportunity to review the plea form?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Sign it?
Did you review it?
Yes,
Did
I
you read
reviewed
it?
Yes, I did.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Did you understand all the rights that you're giving up by entering this plea?
Yes.
Okay, did you sign it?
Yes, I did sign it.
Okay, can you hand it, where's it signed? Thank you. All right, ma'am, did anyone force you or threaten you into taking this plea?
He forced me because he had the attitude problem, so I don't know.
Okay, well, we can reset you for tomorrow.
Hold on, I
He
think,
did not force me. No, what are you talking about? You talking about when I'm signed?
Did anyone force you into taking this offer?
Oh, no. I'm
Okay.
talking about the man.
Okay, and you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering this plea, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Need
Nobody
you-
forced me.
I can't do mm-hms and uh-uhs. I need yes and nos.
Yes.
Okay. Are you under the influence today of any alcohol, medication, or drugs that would influence your ability to make a decision?
No.
Okay. You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen or in this country legally, entering this plea will subject you to deportation from the United States.
No.
You do not understand that?
Yes, I understand it.
Okay, so do you understand if you're not a US citizen or in this country legally, entering this plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes.
You understand?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. In 2020 MO 60AO, to the charge of possession of an open container of alcohol in a prohibited space, disorderly conduct, littering on public property, various state misdemeanors, and failure to produce identification, how would you like to plead? Guilty or no contest?
No content.
I will accept your plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily. I'll withhold adjudication on all 5 counts, order you to pay court costs and costs of prosecution. I'll reduce the court costs and costs of prosecution to a civil judgment, and order, sentence you to 2 days in the county jail with credit for 2 days' time served. If you wish to appeal, ma'am, you have 30 days to appeal. Must be done in writing. If you cannot afford an attorney, let us know and we'll appoint one to represent you. Good luck.
Your Honor, may I approach the clerk?
Sure. Come on up, sir. What's your name?
Terry Baker.
All right, Mr. Baker. Sir, you are here in 22 CT 244AO, a driving while license suspender revoked with knowledge. The court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for the arrest, will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. Bond in that case, sir, will be set at $500. So you're also out on bond in 21 CT 2179 AW, a charge of leaving a scene of an accident without giving information. Bond in that case was previously set at $2,500. The court's gonna forfeit that bond, set bond at $3,500. You're also out on bond in 21 CT 2180 AW, operating a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. How much was the bond in that case? Twenty-one CT 2180 AW. Bond in that case was $500. The court's gonna forfeit that bond, set bond at $1,000. You're also out on bond in 21 CT 8191 AO. Charge of driving while licensed suspended or revoked with knowledge. Bond in that case was set at $1,000. The court's gonna forfeit that bond, set bond at $2,000. You're also out on bond in 21 CF 15763 AO. Aggravated assault of an officer or firefighter, neglect of a child without great bodily harm, and possession of a controlled substance. Bond in that case was set as an aggregate of $10,150. Court's gonna forfeit that bond, set bond at $0. Good luck to you, sir. Your name?
Malika McDonald.
All right, Ms. McDonald. All right, Ms. McDonald, you are here in case 2022 MM 298 AO. This is a charge of resisting an officer without violence and criminal mischief between 200 and 1,000. The court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for your arrest. I will also appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you in that case. As to count one, bond will be set at $500. Count two, bond will be set at $500. You are also here in 2022 CT 245 AO, 2022 CT 246 AO, and 2022 CT 247 AO. In case 2022 CT 245 AO, it's a charge of driving under the influence and driving while license suspended or revoked with knowledge. As to count one, well, as to all three counts, the court does find probable cause and will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. Count one, bond will be set at $500. Count two, bond will be set at $1,000. Count three, bond will be set at $500. Special conditions, you're not to use or consume any alcohol or narcotics without a legal prescription. I also show, ma'am, that you are out on bond in 21 CT 960 AE. Also a charge of driving under the influence with a blood alcohol level of 0.15 or higher. Bond in that case was previously set at $500. The court's going to revoke and terminate that bond, set bond at $2,000. All right, good luck to you. Name?
Kimberly Abraham.
All right, Ms. Abraham. You are here in 2022 CF 496 AO, a charge of possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. The court has reviewed the arrest affidavit and will find probable cause for the arrest, and has reviewed your application for the appointment of a public defender and will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. Count one, bond will be set at $1,000. Count two, bond will be set at $100. Special conditions, you are not to use or possess any narcotics without a legal prescription. I also show that you are out on bond in 21 CF 9613 AO, possession of Utitoline. Bond in that case was previously set at $1,000. Court's going to revoke and terminate bond, set bond at $0. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
All right. Veronica Baez. Use that mic on the side. You Veronica Baez?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Baez, you're here in 2022 CF 502 AO. Charge of burglary of an unoccupied dwelling, grand theft of the third degree, possession of fentanyl, and possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. The court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for the arrest. It also reviewed your application for the appointment of a public defender and will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. Ma'am, you qualify for pretrial release, so I'll allow you to do pretrial release, or you can post bond in the amounts of the following. As to count one, $5,000, count two, $500, count three, $1,000, count four, $500. Special condition, you are not to return to 4855 South Orange Blossom Trail, and you're not to use or possess any narcotics without a legal prescription. All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Your Honor, can we also have a no contact? Didn't she know the individual?
With whom?
I thought she knew the individual. I apologize.
I'm sorry?
I thought she knew the individual. The uncle's wife, Mrs. Rivera Saez.
All right, no contact with Ms. Rivera Saez directly or indirectly during the pendency of this litigation. All right, good luck to you, ma'am. Your name, sir?
Fred Blanc.
All right, Mr. Blanc.
Yes, sir.
So you are here in case 2022 CF 492 AO, a charge of possession of cocaine, moving traffic violation of driving while license suspended or revoked with knowledge, and possession of cannabis less than 20 grams.
Yeah, I did not have no knowledge.
Sir, now is not the time. Everything you're saying here is being recorded. If you want to admit to something, the state's going to be able to use that against you. Let me do the talking, and then you can talk to your attorney that I'm about to appoint to you, okay?
Sir.
Based on your application for a public defender, I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. I do find probable cause and will set bond in the amount of $1,000 as to count one. Count two will be $150. I'm sorry. Yeah. Count one would be $1,000. Count two would be $150. And count three will be $100. Why is, hang on a second. Sir, special condition, you are not to use or possess any narcotics without a legal prescription. All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Your name, sir? Let me slide over. Thank you, sir. All right, Mr. Chaplin, you are here in case 2021 CF 13427 AO. A warrant was issued for your arrest as you failed to appear in court on January 7th, 2022. As such, the judge issued a warrant for your arrest and revoked and terminated your bond and set bond at zero on all these cases. The court will appoint the Office of Public Defender. You'll be held no bond pending you being brought downtown to address this case with the judge who issued the warrant. Good luck to you, sir. Your name, ma'am?
Indica Shanae.
All right, Ms. Shanae, you are here in 2021 CF 15321 AO. A warrant was issued for your arrest. That judge, having found probable cause, issued a warrant for your arrest in charge of cashing or depositing worthless item with intent to defraud. 2 counts of that. Bond will be set at each count at $5,000. Did you fill out an application for the appointment of a public defender, ma'am?
I'm supposed to have a private attorney.
Okay, well, I'll temporarily appoint the Office of Public Defender for today's purposes. You can reach out to your attorney and let them know that bond's been set at $5,000 in each count, and you're not to have any contact, direct or indirect, with the victim or any co-defendants in this case, okay? Good luck to you. try.
Welcome to an Econo meeting. You are entering the meeting now.
They are not.
You are the
Right.
only
All right,
participant.
we're good, ma'am. Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. What's your name, sir?
Kenneth Costin.
All right, Mr. Costin, you are here in 2022 CF 498AO. You're charged with driving while license revoked as a habitual offender. The court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for your arrest. And I will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you temporarily for today's purposes. Sir, did you fill out an application for a public defender?
No, I didn't, Your Honor, but I think I will, and, if,
Hang on, just don't say anything that could be used against you. Let me appoint the Office of Public Defender. I'm gonna have you fill out an application for the appointment of a public defender. I'll conditionally appoint them, subject to our review of that paperwork. On 2022 CF 498 AO, bond will be set in this case in the amount of $2,500. You're also here in 2022 CT 249 AO, failure to register for no motor vehicle registration. Court does find probable cause for that case. We'll set bond in the amount of $500. You're also here in 2022 CT 250 AO and 2022 CT 251 AO. A charge of attaching wrong tag to a vehicle. Bond will be set at $500 as to each count in that case. You're also here in 2022 MM 319 AO, littering. Court does find probable cause, will appoint the Office of Public Defender. Bond in that case will be set at $500. All right, good luck to you, sir.
is there any way, Your Honor, that, talk to you or talk to him?
Talk to him.
Yeah, Lord. Your Honor, I have a great job. I just got the job, started last week. And if I could just get maybe a little lower bond on some of this stuff, then, you know, I can keep my job and then I can try to work all this out.
Sir, I'm not in a position to lower your bond today. Today's not the day to do that. You can reach out to family, have them post bond. You don't qualify for pretrial release, and based on the nature of the charges, I'm gonna keep bond where I set it, and your attorney can file a motion downtown to modify or change the terms of bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Call the office. You're gonna get an attorney appointed too. You'll have one appointed to you.
All right, thank you.
Talk to bondsman, but $450.
Dr. Logan Douglas, bonded.
Logan Douglas bonded. All right. Mr. Fordham's? Sir? What's your name?
Hiram Matthew Fordhams.
All right, Mr. Fordham's, you are here in 2022 CF 443 AO. The warrant was issued for your arrest. That judge, having found probable cause for your arrest on the charge of petty theft with 2 prior convictions. Bond in this case will be set at $1,000. I will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you, sir. You are not to return to the scene. Good luck to you.
You have a moment, may I have a moment to confer, Your Honor, before he leaves?
Well, actually, hang on. So you have one child
Yes, sir, I have one child.
and you're working?
I am working. I just got a job at Walgreens on Vineland and Kirkman.
You make $800 a week?
Yes, sir.
All right,
I
well,
just started the job.
okay, well, based on that, actually, you don't qualify for the appointment of a public defender. But I'll conditionally appoint them for today's purposes, but
I may not even have the job because I just interviewed and got the job.
sorry to hear that, sir.
What I want to talk to you about?
Okay. Take care.
Good luck to you, sir. Come on up.
Got Mary Hamilton, Treeview.
2022 CF 509AO, State versus Mary Hamilton, prostitution, third subsequent violation. The court does find probable cause.
Your Honor,
Yep.
if appointed, may I make an argument?
I don't have an application, but I will conditionally appoint you for today's purposes, so go ahead.
As to the charge of the third violation, prostitution, third subsequent violation, I believe in the arrest affidavit, there's no facts or information as to previous arrests or convictions. Would you find PC for first violation?
State?
Your Honor, if you give the state 24 hours, I can try to get better information. If not, just the finding of prostitution, first offense is fine too.
I'll set bond at 500, not 1,000.
Thank you, Judge.
State's free to amend, whatever. All right, your name, sir?
Trevor Howell, sir.
Mr. Howell, you are here in 21 CF 8940AO. This is a charge of possession of cocaine. A judge issued a warrant for your arrest based on your failure to appear at arraignment on January 11th of 2022 and set bond at 0. You'll be held no bond, sir.
Wait a minute, sir. Wait a minute.
You'll be held no bond, sir, pending being brought downtown in front of the judge who issued the warrant for your arrest. Good luck to you, sir.
Sir, I was in
Sir. Sir, that's not for me to discuss. I can't change a warrant that was issued by another judge. That's something you can take up with your attorney. Sir, that's something you can take up with your attorney and they can address that with the judge. But as of right now, you're being held no bond. Good luck to you. Your name?
Linda Lewis.
Hi, Ms. Lewis. You are here on 2022 CF 480AO, a charge of burglary of a dwelling, petty theft, and fraudulent use of a credit card. A judge in this circuit has issued a warrant for your arrest, finding probable cause. I will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you based on your application. Bond in this case will be set as follows. Count 1, $3,500. Count 2, $500. Count 3, $1,000. You're not to return to 4492 Lemons Drive.
That's where I live, sir.
You can go back one time with law enforcement to retrieve personal belongings. You're not to have any contact with Shuai Benjamin, S-H-U-A-I Benjamin. You're not to use or possess any narcotics without a legal prescription. All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
So when I get to go home?
You can talk to your attorney. You need to post bond, and then can go back to your home one time with law enforcement.
I need to talk to my attorney.
They'll talk to you in the back.
So I don't get to go home today? I can't afford this.
Ma'am, you need to reach out to your attorney, and they can file a motion. Good luck to you. Come on up, sir. Your name?
Jose Lugo, sir.
All right, Mr. Lugo, you are here in 2021 CF 16040AO. Charge of petty theft with 2 priors. A judge in this circuit has issued a warrant for your arrest, having found probable cause to arrest you. Set bond in the amount of $2,500. You are not to return to the location of the alleged offense, and I will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you based on your application. All right, good luck to you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Your name?
Crystal Mateo.
Ms. Mateo. Ms. Mateo, you are here in 21 CF 15578 AO, a charge of grand theft of the third degree. A judge in the circuit has found probable cause for your arrest and issued a warrant for your arrest. Set bond in the amount of $1,000. Special condition, you're not to return to the scene. You're also here in 21 CF 15577 AO, grand theft of the third degree. A warrant was also issued for your arrest in that case. That judge, having found probable cause, will set bond at $1,000. Special condition, you are not to return to the scene. You're also here in 2021 CF 15520 AO, 3 counts of grand theft of the third degree. A warrant was issued for your arrest. That judge, having found probable cause, set bond as follows. Count 1, $500. Counts 2 and 3, $150. Special condition, you are not to return to the scene. You're also here in 2022 CF 66AO, grand theft, third degree. A judge, having found probable cause, issued a warrant for your arrest and set bond in that case at $500. Special condition, you are not to return to the scene. The Office of Public Defender is appointed to represent you in all cases. I also show that you are out on bond in Osceola in 21 CF 3451 AO. Charge of petty theft more than 100, less than 500, and burglary of an occupied conveyance unarmed. Bond in that case was set at 5,100. The court's going to revoke and terminate bond, set bond at 0 on both those charges. Good luck to you.
She also has another out on bond case. 345.
Sorry. You're also here in 21 CF 3452. You're out on bond in that case. Petty theft and possession of cocaine. Osceola County, bond set at 1,100. Court's going to revoke and terminate bond in those cases, set bond at 0. All right, good luck to you, ma'am. What's your name, sir?
DeMarcus Miller.
DeMarcus Miller.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Miller, you are here in case 2022 CF 497 AO. A charge of possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. The court has reviewed your arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for the arrest, and will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. Sir, bond in this case will be set as follows. Count 1, bond will be set at $1,000. Count 2, bond will be set at $100. Special conditions are not to use or possess any narcotics without a legal prescription. All right, good luck to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Come on up, ma'am. Come closer to the mic. What's your name?
Sheila Milton.
All right, Ms. Melton, you are here in 2022 CF 481 AO, a charge of petty theft with 2 or more prior convictions and burglary of an unoccupied conveyance. The court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for the arrest, and will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. Bond in this case, ma'am, will be set as follows. Count 1, $1,000. Count 2, $3,500. Special condition, you're not to have any contact, direct or indirectly, with Denise James, DENICE, the alleged victim in this case, as well as Mr. Collier, Willie Collier, a witness to the event. You're also not to return to 264 Center Street here in Orange County. All right, good luck to you, ma'am. Your name?
Alexander Pablos.
Ms. Pablos, you are here in 2022 CF 508. Charge of prostitution, 3rd subsequent violation. Court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for the arrest, and appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. Bond in that case, ma'am, will be set at $1,000. Special condition, You are not to return to 26th Street and South Orange Blossom Trail, also referred to as Zone 42 here in Orange County. Also show, ma'am, that you are in pretrial diversion in case 21 MM 4380 AO, as well as 21 MM 7076 AO. State position with regards to those two cases.
Your Honor, I'd ask that you revoke.
I'm gonna revoke pretrial diversion in 21 MM 4380 AO. Set bond in that case at $500. Revoke pretrial diversion in 21 MM 7076 AO and set bond in that case at $500. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Might be a few bonding on it.
Your name?
Doreen Ramondi.
All right, Ms. Ramondi, you are here in 21 CF 14864 AO. Conspiracy to traffic in a controlled substance and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Judge in this circuit did find probable cause and issued a warrant for your arrest. I will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you based on your application. As to count one, bond will be set at $500,000. Count two, bond will be set at $1,000. And you're gonna have zero contact, direct or indirectly, with any of your co-defendants or any witnesses. All right, good luck to you.
Your Honor, would you consider a $100,000 bond on count one, as she's been unemployed the last 10 years and has almost no criminal history?
Since this was issued by a judge in the circuit, it doesn't give me the authority to modify. They can file a motion for bond, and the felony judge in Division 12 can hear it downtown.
I would agree with you if it was a capious, Your Honor, but you are able to change a bond on a warrant.
I'm not gonna, sorry. Mainly because I don't have all the facts, I don't have the affidavit, I'm not gonna second guess the circuit judge. Good luck to you, ma'am. Come on up. Your name?
Laura Stats.
Ms. Stats, you are here in case 2022 CF 499 AO, possession of fentanyl, resisting an officer without violence, and possession of drug paraphernalia. The court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, does find probable cause for the arrest.
Your Honor?
Yep.
May I be heard as to count two?
Sure. Let me appoint you first.
Thank you.
I'll appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. Counsel, with regards to count two.
Probable cause argument, Your Honor. Reading through the arrest affidavit, she was running, and then when the legal commands from the officers arrived, she did drop to the ground, and they did catch up with her. So if the legal commands had appeared before running, I would have agreed with the charge and found PC myself, but not that I find PC, but because the legal commands preceded her dropping to the ground and stopping, I would have you consider an ROR on count two.
State.
Your Honor, I'm just trying to make sure that he was driving a marked Orange County Sheriff's patrol vehicle, Your Honor. And there is a sentence, I apologize, it's in the middle of the paragraph. As I stopped my patrol vehicle, the female subject looked up at me and took headlong flight. I would say, Your Honor, that actually, Your Honor, after reading it, defense is correct. The headlong flight is a reason for her to be stopped.
So you agree to ROR on count two?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Okay. All right. As to count one, bond will be set at $1,000. Special condition not to use or possess any narcotics without a legal prescription. Count two, you'll be released on your own recognizance based on the charging affidavit, or the arrest affidavit. And count three, possession of drug paraphernalia, bond will be set at $500. Ma'am, you're also out on bond in 21 CF 12369 AO, a charge of possession of fentanyl. Bond in that case was previously set at $1,000. The court's going to revoke and terminate bond, set bond at $0 based on the new law offense. You're also out on bond in 21 CF 497 AO, a charge of possession of cocaine. Bond in that case was previously set at $1,000. The court's going to revoke and terminate that bond. It set bond in that case at $1,000 based on the new law violation. Good luck to you, ma'am. Monte Wilson.
Mental health, Your Honor.
He's what?
Mental health.
All right. DeMonte Wilson, 2022 CF 482 AO. I will appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent Mr. Wilson based on his application. You want to waive his appearance?
We'll waive the appearance, and I did have an argument, or
Go ahead.
a question as to count three, what the particular piece of paraphernalia was. I didn't find any object in the affidavit.
I guess his hoodie, right?
I'm sorry, Your Honor?
His hoodie? I don't know. That's the only thing.
Well, sometimes it's a straw or tin foil or
Right.
bag, something like that.
Yes, Your Honor, it would be the hoodie. The same way that sometimes jeans are considered to be drug paraphernalia. It's anything that's holding the drugs.
I'm gonna, all right. As to count one, bond will be set at $5,000. Count two, bond will be set at $200. And count three, I'm gonna agree with defense that the arrest affidavit lacks specificity with regards to what is the hoodie, or what is the paraphernalia. I'm not necessarily convinced that an article of clothing would constitute the paraphernalia, but the state could obviously get clarification, but I'm on count three. Special condition, he's not to use or possess narcotics without a legal prescription, and he is not to return to the Dunkin' Donuts at 7440 International Drive. Previously said 1,000. Yeah. Anything else from the state?
Nothing from the state?
Defense? All right. All right. Back on the record real quick. In 2022 MM 321 AO, State versus Christopher Hodges. He bonded out. He wasn't medical. So bond was stayed at $500. And the Office of Public Defender will. He bonded, so there's no public defender, no nothing. All right, so I'll recall the appointment of the public defender, and he bonded out, so he'll be noticed for his next court date. Anything else from the state?
Nothing from the state.
Defense?
Nothing further.
No one online. All right, we're off the record.